Good, whatever time of day it is you happen to be listening. This is the P&A Podcast Express. We are coming to you live. Kind of live. We're kind of live
right now.
Live?
We all got a pulse.
Yeah, for the most part. We're kind of live right now at the Tiki Bar
The Barrio 26.
at the Michigan Audio Lab Studios.
That too. There's too many names of shit here.
Yeah, there is. You've really outdone yourself.
We run into that all the time too. We're like, what are we saying here?
This sounds like my sweaty balls thing from Saturday Night Live.
It is a lot like that, yeah.
That's
It is warm, so that there's a lot of truth to it.
That's Pete Schwed.
we also strive to be nearly as good as that skit. So we haven't
We're
achieved
not.
it yet.
We're not, but we strive to be.
Someday.
To be.
Yeah.
This is our Thursday episode
What?
that we were recording on a Monday. Full disclosure, full of transparency.
We always do
here.
full
It's
transparency.
not live.
Yeah.
I mean, it is right now.
Well, it is because I'm broadcasting to YouTube for prosperity's sake. So
Is that happening right now?
Yeah.
Can you see us?
Yeah.
I suppose all
really?
you see is the side of my fat neck.
See it.
no, more
No,
like
we're
the
on
back
the
of your
radio.
head.
Okay.
It's glorious.
The back of my head is the best looking part about me.
It's an
These days.
interesting view. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, yeah.
We're just glad it's not your sweaty balls.
Me too.
It is a little warm. It's a little warm this evening.
Yeah.
It is.
Everything's sweaty.
So I got to cool it down with some apple whiskey.
That's all right though. It smells good.
It is good. It's delicious. Just makes you fall down after a while.
I can confirm.
I can
Can
do that
confirm.
on my own.
I can confirm.
I think I might have fallen off a stool after having some apple whiskey the one night here.
Oh yeah, you got pretty shit faced.
It was a long ways down.
Adam, so I'm gonna pour Phil in the car and try to get him home.
Yeah,
Again.
Again. Not again.
it's all right though.
He was actually in contention with Brad when Brad did the whole bend over to pick something up and keep going. Tony grabs the back of his shirt, pulls him back up.
I couldn't even drive 2 miles home to my place.
Oh God. Wasn't that wintertime too?
Somewhat, yeah.
It was.
There's the don't get stuck in the driveway thing, and then there's the is he gonna make it home?
Then there's like, will he make it in his own driveway? And then
And then I was carrying my stuff in. I had the pedal board you saw. Looking at the plow. I don't want to trip on that, so I trip on my toolboxes. Boom.
Plenty of space to the plow, but
and he says that's where that goes.
Yep.
Jeez.
I have a good friend that just keeps a blanket in the garage now because he can't make it in the house.
There's
Hold
probably
on,
a blanket
hold on.
up there.
You got a friend?
Uh,
Well, all right.
Yeah.
hey, well, you see that couch behind you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's a goodie there.
I spent a few evenings on that.
One of my favorite bars we used to play at used to have a couch upstairs.
Oh, that was my bar.
Remember that bar?
I'd probably be lying if I hadn't woke up on that thing a time or two.
Did you?
I don't think Slaughter appreciated that for a.
For a dressing room, I know.
They didn't appreciate it.
I don't think so. Those guys, when they got to our bar, they ate breakfast. My waitresses were tickled pink that they got to serve Mark Slaughter his breakfast.
Right.
But then later on in the day, it was not a massive show. There was maybe 600 people there,
Right.
and for them, that's not a big crowd. And they were asking me, "Well, can we just play now?" And then like the other band that was going to open for us can headline. And I looked at them. I said, "No, it's ridiculous."
What, they just wanted to get out of there, hit the road?
Yeah, they want me to pay them so they could leave.
We've got some cardboard cutouts on the bus that we could stand up there and you can just play the tape.
Oh my.
Eric's like, who the fuck you think you are, Slaughter?
Right.
Yeah. Stop being such a downer. I'm going to introduce you as Slafter.
Yeah.
Laughter. I hold all the power. Oh.
The
So
bass player went on their bus to say hi to everybody and see if they wanted anything. And the bass player says, "Yeah, man, can you bring me some tequila?" So I went in the bar, poured him a red Solo cup full of tequila, right? Brought it to him, handed it to him. He looked up at me and went, "Dude, like the bottle?" And I went, "Oh, you kidding me?" Okay,
Oh boy.
fine.
He wanted the whole bottle, huh?
Yeah, the whole bottle of tequila.
He's like, the bottle?
I think it's me going.
Is it you?
Yeah.
No, it's Jira from Tuscola Palooza. What a segue.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I
Oh.
was just gonna be like, all right.
Oh, and my buddy Matt, who's coming up from Missouri for Tuscaloosa. He went to the first one, and he's coming up here for this one too.
Nice.
That's the KISS guy.
The best drop ever.
He says, "Hey, brother, I know you're super busy. Matt, forgive me for reading this on the podcast. Quick question. Are there electric hookups at the campsite? We are coming up, but going to sleep in our minivan instead of an RV." Well, I'll have to call him later because there is not officially camping.
There's not.
So,
No camping.
You know what there is, though?
Solar
There is
panels.
state land around there that you can just kind of pull up to.
you got to pull up to, all right, it's right
And
down the
crash
street,
it.
the Muskrat Trail.
Yep.
That's a state. Yeah, pull right in there.
There's grass you can pass out on, you know. So that
Yeah.
Well, there's like 20 campers in there every year.
they're
If anybody from
it's part of the family.
the not the county or whatever, but the township came in and looked, you can't have more than like 3 on a personal.
Yeah.
They'd shut us down anyway.
That's what it'll get shut down for.
No camping,
Right. No camping.
but no drinking and driving, right? Right. So camping.
Right. So camping. Oh.
Choose your evil, people.
Got to make up your mind.
The township board is a bunch of women that, and one of them didn't like Wade when he was in charge of this, and we used to call them the Karens. So we got to get a bunch of shit together for the Karens, or else they're going to come and get us, try to stop us. The Wells Township in Tuscola County. Yes, ladies, we called you the Karens.
Sounds like a band.
I'm sure they listen.
Probably not the first.
Well, 6 degrees of, what is it called? 6 degrees of separation.
Right.
Somebody
Although
might.
I have been surprised because I have pitched a bitch about a few people on the podcast and it got back to
They
them.
found out.
Yeah.
Right.
Pretty quickly, actually.
I've been called into HR a few times about the podcast.
Have you?
Yeah.
Phil actually caused a worldwide policy change.
Global policy change for an 89,000 employee worldwide company. Had to have a half-hour ethics policy refresher just because of something I said on the podcast, and I did not lose my job.
What did you say?
I talked some shit about some of the things they did and some of the people there, but I never mentioned names because I know better than that. And or where I worked, just the situation in the story. And a couple of weeks later, I get called into the boss's office, and she says, "We need to talk about the podcast. Close the door." So I just started laughing. I started laughing, and she says to me, she's like, "Well, you mentioned this and you told this story. The good thing is you didn't mention any names and everything else, but it flew up the ladder for corporate HR. They've listened to it way at the top." And
We're like,
she's
thank
like,
you.
"First of all, you're not in any trouble or legal or anything." And I said, "I know. I know what I can say and can't say." And then we had a chat about it for about 45 minutes. And she said, "Just be careful what you say on the podcast." Because I ran her down too. She's like, "I have thick skin. I don't care what you said about me, but your boss is a little pissed. You called him a fucking asshole." And I said, "No, I said he was being a fucking asshole. I didn't. There's a difference.
There's a difference between calling someone
Yeah.
something and saying they're being something.
He was being a fucking asshole." And so I apologized to my boss. And about a week later, we get this meeting notice. And lo and behold, we have an ethics refresher course. Fuck. All right, cool. Yeah. Talks about mentioning the company or anything affiliated with it on any social media and or podcast, all in capitals. And then I got a call from the corporate HR and they said, "Yeah, you inspired this. So good
just
job."
So you know, you're getting a call tomorrow just because of this.
Yeah.
Well, I no longer work there, so
Oh,
by
yeah.
my choice, by my choice.
Yeah, he left scorched earth. He caused all that and just walked out the
And
door.
I just said, "Fuck you guys, I'm leaving." And but I became a champion in the shop because everybody that I worked with then tuned in just to hear what I had to say, and all of them agreed. So the maintenance guys asked me for podcast stickers. They put them on their toolboxes. They push around the shop all day long, and everybody had stickers at their workstation for the podcast and everything, just to stick it to the man,
Yeah, absolutely.
So
You
yeah,
know what? I got
Awesome.
one on my amp.
nice. There you
There's
go.
one on my amp.
So you're sticking it to the man. Yeah, there you go. What man? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that.
It doesn't matter. Any man will do.
So it was. So I have
That sounded kind of gay.
Right.
you need the hot gay drop.
He's so quick on the sample buttons.
Gee,
Yeah, but I had a better one that I don't have programmed into this board. We had too many boards.
Yeah, we've got one I run and then this one, and once in a while you want a certain drop, and you're like, oh.
What I really wanted was this one.
That's actually one of the first drops we ever featured on the podcast back when we started this whole endeavor.
Yeah.
God damn it, almost 4 years ago now.
Yeah. You started this about the same time we started Old Guys Rocking.
We need better friends and hobbies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not friends. We got great friends.
Yeah.
Better hobbies.
None of them have talked us out of this shit, though.
So we're gonna hit.
It's fun to do. I mean, you guys come over and bring all your shit, and we sit around and drink and talk, and it
We're-
gets recorded.
Yeah, we're gonna hit a milestone here. I believe it's the first week of September. We will hit 200 straight weeks of recording podcast.
Wow.
200 straight weeks.
That's a lot.
Haven't missed a week for all that time.
You're persistent. I mean,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first thing I read about doing podcasts, because I'm sitting there and it was in crayon, but I read that, you have to be consistent and persistent if you're doing podcasts. Like, you just can't release willy-nilly. You have to have a set schedule.
yeah, it's like any
Or
other
else
social media, especially like YouTube
Right.
or something. You got to upload multiple videos.
Or else it doesn't work. And we
Kinda
started off.
schedule.
It's funny because if you were to see this setup now compared to when we started, we just had the headphones with the mics on them, like we call them the airplane or helicopter style, because that's what we do sports with, and then we just had an old board and just
Messman.
right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just Adam and I sitting there being assholes. Well, I was an asshole. Adam was not an
So
asshole.
what's different now?
Nothing has changed. Nothing.
I
has
am
changed.
also an asshole now.
Right. Yeah, I've taught him well.
I tried to be the straight man.
Right.
I tried to
know
be the
that
straight man, but
Well,
it
we know that
didn't,
never worked out for you.
No.
Yeah.
Right. Being straight's not your thing. So we just started this shit out, and it's just we started with one episode a week, and then we started saying we need to do two, and we did a short one and then a long one, and we called it a quick trip. It'd be like 20 minutes long.
Then we
And
just sat at the bars and drank still. So we're like, we might as well record
We might
if
as
we're
well
sitting
record
here.
if we're sitting here.
Oh, cool.
So we've got it to 3 now, and we've been doing 3 a week. And I was told by several sources we were oversaturating ourselves. And we did hit a point, and we can't do this any longer. We've scaled it back. Most of our episodes we try to get right around an hour, but there's episodes out there you can find of this monstrosity that are 2.5 hours long, where it's just us sitting there
Mhm.
for 2.5 hours, droning on and on. But on the flip side, people listen though. I don't get it.
The great part about those is the progression from how drunk we were at the start versus at the end.
Right?
Well,
Good
we're
point.
waiting for Eric to cook some dinner here.
These guys are hungry over here.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys stopped by for this interview.
Right.
Right. Well, now I know. That's,
You get dinner.
I'm waiting for Adam to start the interview. I'm sitting over here just like filling air, talking about ourselves. Nobody gives a shit about us. I mean, that's pretty obvious. So
So, I mean, we're really here to talk about this weekend, which is,
Tuscaloosa.
that was probably the most he sounded like Paul Stanley the whole night.
That dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he was trying. He didn't do
Oh,
bad,
yeah.
but
He didn't do horrible.
but as a band total, I mean, I don't know if any of them listen to this, but good God, man. No,
are they still around? Do they still?
they are. And I've seen,
Playing
oh,
Bay
man.
City this
Who-
week or something.
was it Hairball John said the
Yeah.
greatest Kiss tribute? I'm like, come on.
Well, when you put that as a tagline of your name, it's kind of,
Everybody
that's
says
how
that.
people have to introduce you.
Everybody says they're the greatest whatever tribute of whatever they're tributing. But
I'll
No.
I guarantee you, we're the greatest infamous quick tribute.
we are.
Just saying.
This is just a tribute.
No matter what we do,
We're tribute to us.
we're the greatest infamous quick tribute.
So Infamous Quick, we're here members of Infamous Quick. Are you guys looking forward to the show? You always are, right? You obviously are.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm on the board of Tuscaloosa and we work on it all year long. So it's a big pinnacle for us to get to this point, you know?
Is it one of your favorite shows to do for the year that you guys do?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
That
I
and,
figured so too.
Cheeseburger Festival was one of the other
Yeah.
greatest ones. And had to weed out some of the crappy festivals like the Fugly one.
The fugly one.
Fugly. In Fubly.
Oh,
Oh,
Ugly.
yeah. Sorry
Oh.
about that.
And what was that other place? Kindy?
Oh, don't
Oh.
say names.
Yeah.
That's the name of a city, though.
these are towns, so it's
and
fine.
that wasn't a bad festival. We were just out of place because it's the Kindy Polka Festival and they hired a rock band.
What?
Yeah.
So why did
Oh.
they hire us? You know,
Why
wanted
did
a
you
rock band.
did you ask them at all? Why?
No, they were hounding me.
No?
They're like, can you guys play some polka? Eh?
Yeah, they just wanted a rock band.
Roll out the barrel.
Right.
We'll have a barrel of fun.
Many, 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 many years ago, I'm sure Brad is aware of Benny Prill.
Oh yeah,
I got pulled into helping out their band.
did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
I was fully prepped to be in a ska band after that, but
I usually go. Went to those
and everything.
yeah.
like the
Right.
Parisville festival they had there and stuff like that. And Betty
Yeah.
playing, right?
Oh yeah, he was all over the place.
What
Yeah.
the hell would possess them to hire you for a polka?
Well, they had a country band that night too, so it was
And they
rock,
were
country, and then polka the rest of the weekend.
they were an awesome country band, and they smoked us because their PA system was killer, and ours was we didn't know what we were doing, and they kept all the elderly people in that town were sitting on our side of the room, and if our sound guy turned up
Just a
even
smidge.
the slightest bit, they all started bitching and complaining.
Mm.
So we're basically up there on this massive stage playing to a bunch of elderly people with no PA.
Their hearing
while
aids
this
just
country
whistling.
band over on
Yeah.
the other side got all the young people over there, their PAs just smoking, thumping.
So they had two bands going at the same time.
No,
No, they
when we
alternated.
took a break, they
You
played.
alternate? Okay.
And it was Kin Fo, right?
Oh no, it was the 25-cent beer band.
No, it wasn't. It was Kin Fo because they had that singer fiddle player dude, the short.
Well, he is in the Kinfo, but I think it was a 25-cent.
I don't think so.
Pretty sure. Pretty sure.
He's wrong.
I am right.
He's old.
I can't.
All right, Dan. Now.
I
Anyway,
can't.
they were
long
really good.
How long ago was this? And then now
Oh, it's been a while.
900 years.
900
I think-
years.
Almost the previous century, wasn't it?
I feel like that's an approximation.
I don't know how
Yeah.
long ago that was.
Yeah,
Bill was in the band, right?
Bill was in the band. Yeah,
So 10 years
yeah, at least.
at least. But they were excellent. The country band, they were great.
Mhm.
And with the PA and the young people on their side, they smoked us.
Mhm.
And we should not have been there.
Nope.
Huh. Well, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Ah! So, how long has Infamous Quick been around? I guess I don't think I've ever asked that question.
900 years. No, I'm just kidding.
Eh,
Well, which version?
It started as bottom feeders.
Yeah.
Which
Or was
that
it
was 12 years. When did we stop in bottom feeders? When did we do that last show thing with Steve?
2012.
Okay, so since 2000,
Yeah.
because
really?
bottom feeders turned into Infamous Quick.
It was kind of a contempt thing at first.
Yeah, but that was not really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
The bottom feeders. Yeah.
Yeah. So our singer, his name was Steve Casanova. That is, yes, that's his real last name. He ended up quitting the band and moved to Florida. So we did a last show with him
Mhm.
in 2012.
Which there are videos of that out there. It's
There's a
really
lot
good.
of videos of that. And
Yeah.
then Terry wanted to sing in a band, and she worked with Tim. She was the secretary at Tim's place of employment.
Okay.
And he said, "Dude, I got this chick that I work with that wants to sing, and I think she can sing. Oh, well, bring her over. We'll see."
Yeah.
And we started up Infamous Quick. We didn't have a name at the time, but we came up with it, or
That was,
because we were jamming with Lee.
Lee. Yeah. I
Well,
couldn't
tell
remember.
the story of the name.
Lee?
How it came about.
Yeah.
And after we practiced, Lee was going to sing with us, and
Brad-
I forgot his last name, but we're all sitting around the garage drinking beer, and somebody said something ridiculous like, "Oh, I'm going to go do this or that and the other thing." And Lee said, "Oh, you do that and you'll be Infamous Quick."
Yeah.
And we all went, "That is the name."
That's the one.
Yeah. Well, for them, I didn't like the name because, like, when you say Infamous Quick, or somebody asks you the name of the band, you'll say Infamous Quick, and they'll say what? What?
Well, how do you think that
Infamous
went for
Quick.
Smashing Pumpkins?
I know it.
I just say IQ. That's
Yeah.
what I-
So that's the thing. I always say it just Infamous Quick, like
Yeah.
that way. But the way you describe it to me, the way the namesake came about, it was like Infamous
Mhm.
pause quick.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what it's supposed
Infamous
to be.
Quick. Yeah.
Supposed to be, you're going to be infamous quick, like you're going to be quickly known as a bad guy.
Right.
You know,
So grammatically, you should have a comma in there.
you should
There was somebody.
shut up, Adam.
Well, I'm just saying this is how I hear it. And I guess we're digging into the namesake of the band.
Wasn't there somebody that we all know that used to call us Infamous Quick?
Eddie. Eddie plays it on his radio station. There's Infamous Quick with Butterface. It's not infamous, motherfucker.
Jesus Christ. So you just actually touched on one of the things I can't talk about currently. So
Oh, you're working with Eddie, huh?
no, the opposite.
Oh,
Yeah, I got some cease and desist papers. So
From Eddie?
yeah.
Oh,
Potentially.
I mean, I like the guy. It's just he pronounced the name of the band wrong.
yeah. Yep.
So that's how that goes. I always used to tell this joke on stage when we were playing and nobody got it. I think you might.
All right.
I used to go, "Hey, we're infamous quick. It's just taking a little longer than we thought."
Yes.
And total crickets.
Crickets.
Like, come on, man.
Crickets.
They're all
That's-
like this with their beer in their hair going.
Huh?
Right. What does that mean?
Try it this week.
So
Right
that's
this week? Yeah.
There were people though that left that started laughing on the way home.
yeah.
So-
They finally
it's-
got it.
Finally
It's kind of
got
like
it.
probably one of the worst jokes I would ever tell back when I used to do stand up was, and it would be crickets too, is I'd always just get up there and say randomly, I'd be like, way to ruin the surprise, Spanish exclamation point.
Spanish exclamation point. Okay, I don't know what that looks like. So
So,
It comes at the beginning of a
so they put one
Oh.
upside down at the beginning and one right side up at the end. I said, way to ruin the surprise, Spanish exclamation point.
oh, because you already know it's coming.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And
You
well,
You get it, Tony?
usually some asshole in the back would go, ha!
Right.
And I'd be like, thank you.
Okay, on to the next one.
Right. I'll as Mitch Hedberg would say, I'm going to take that joke and take out all the words and put in different ones.
He's one of my favorite comedians.
Yeah, he's one of mine too. Yeah,
He's awesome.
absolutely. So tell us more about
him-
anything. Infamous quick, anything. We want to know.
Tell
it
us
all.
more about anything. Well, Brad bought a Winnebago.
Brad bought a Winnebago.
3 years ago.
It's still news though, because it's huge.
Well, it's 24
Are-
footer.
24
Are you
foot.
Oh, I've
Apparently,
seen
I'm going to
bigger.
sleep in it at Tuscola Palooza. See, we're back to Palooza.
Yeah.
I told him I snore like a son of a bitch. He said, "Nah, it's all right. You can sleep in it."
Well, last year he destroyed my trailer taking it home. So
I know. He was not going to let me drive. That is no joke.
True story.
He is not lying. Last year at Tuscola Palooza, after we pummeled Tony, who was sleeping in a one of those
Pop-up.
pop-up
Pop-up.
campers,
Right.
Pop up.
we went in there and we're going. We piled on top of him and his girlfriend, messing with him. So I decided to hook my truck up to the trailer and come home. Right? Jesus Christ! I made it all the way and driving down Washburn Road past my flipping road because I'm falling asleep. Forgot I had a trailer, whipped into somebody's driveway and tried to back up and just crunched the shit out of his trailer.
Oh,
yeah, we
Oops.
fixed it though.
hey. We fixed it.
So, like the good guy I am, yeah, I bought the metal and all that, and we fixed it.
I already damaged the other side anyway, so I had to fix it up.
Right.
That
So,
better not be a June bug. 'cause I don't
last-
like them.
Last year, Tuscola Palooza,
July bug.
pretty tame for me. I mean, I drank my normal copious amounts of booze, but I had a driver home, so
Mm.
I'm sitting there and I'm out of it, and we're packing up, and all of a sudden I just see my truck come flying through, backing in, and I'm like, "Hey, that's a nice truck," and I'm like, "Hey, that's my truck." Then we load everything up and we get out of there. The year before though was
Mm.
2
Well,
years.
who was last year was Sunset Boulevard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they are top notch.
Yeah, oh, they
They're
were
one of
awesome.
The best
They
cover
were
bands I've
awesome.
ever seen. And before that was the Motley Crue tribute, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
And I thought they were great too. It's just that I'm not going to say it didn't sound as good as it could have.
So the year before though,
So it didn't quite sound like what's his name right now. He's still out there, and everybody's going, "Just retire, dude." What's his name? The singer.
Oh, Vince Neil.
Yeah, just
yeah,
yeah.
Vince
Oh,
Neil.
no. The singing and all that was fine.
Yeah.
The sound,
Don't say too much.
right.
All right,
Right.
All right, short.
Anyway,
Just talk about Vince Meal.
so, Vince Meal. So Jesus Christ. So that year, I don't know what the hell was going on, but I got a wild hair up my ass and decided to not only drink but try something new recreationally.
Uh-oh.
And
Yeah, and it's just not a sex act, so it's another type of recreation.
Was,
So
was it soccer?
yeah, it was soccer.
Mushroom?
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
football.
So I was staying because a friend had a camper there, and they're like, "You're not driving home." I'm like, "No, I am not
I'm
driving home."
flying.
Yeah. So we ended up talking to the guys tearing down the stage and laughing. I've never laughed so hard in my life at about 3:30 in the morning while they were packing up the stage because they had to be somewhere the next day.
Oh, the band?
The stage.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tim Drummond and them guys. Yeah, they did do that, didn't they?
Yeah. And I'm out there just tripping balls, just laughing my ass off with them. They're like, what's wrong with this guy? I'm like,
He's helping.
So
Yeah, well, this year they got
Comic
lots of
relief.
time. He said he's going to put the stage up on Wednesday and not come and get it till the next Wednesday. Well, that's fine.
that's perfect.
It's better because I won't be there.
And it's bigger. We got a bigger stage this year.
Oh, a bigger
Oh.
stage.
And we rented something called the Ego Thrust.
Okay,
Which
that
is
does
just
sound like a sex act.
3 extra, right? 3 extra pieces of stage on the front for the singer to walk out on.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Did
you
we
know how that
Did
goes.
we get a light for that, or are we going to put a bulb?
Oh, because it's beyond the beams.
So the lead
Yeah.
singers are going to have to stuff an extra sock down the front of their pants
Extra sock.
because you're going to be closer to the crowd.
Make sure and
Yeah.
tell Terry to stuff an extra sock down her.
Yeah.
her
yeah.
pants.
Or make that camel toe just a little tight.
Oh.
Come on. Yeah.
So come on out to Tuscola-Palooza. It's going to be a hell of a show.
2425 Rossman Road, Carroll, Michigan.
I cannot wait.
We've got lots of ads running on 360. I've got stuff programmed in to go all week.
360 is
So-
still a thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's still
They're
Out
running
there
that
to
same
either.
ad. I sent them that same MP3 to run on 92.1.
Did you?
Yep. And I went to Hungry Howie's today to get pizza for the kids, and I come out of Hungry Howie's to start my truck, and Butterface is on 92.1.
Nice.
Yes, we have a song called Butterface. It's funny as hell. Look it up.
Yep.
You can stream it on any
By
platform.
the way, we're doing Saturday.
We are doing that Saturday.
Oh, excellent.
So when we post this episode, if somebody's on the ball, do you have a version of it on YouTube, I assume, perhaps? perchance?
There is, but that is just like a little lyric video I made. It's not.
Okay.
It doesn't have a shitload of hits or anything. But if you go to, Amazon or whatever it is you stream music on, look up Infamous Quick and type in Butterface, you will get that song.
And
we're,
you're-
so
you're
we're
gonna-
trying to get Terry to like have her back to the crowd,
Uh-huh.
and then we go into this like she's got shit in her teeth. She turns around and
That's the perfect way to present that song.
Yeah.
Looking good until she turns around. Got to stop all that rotating.
Mhm.
hit her with my shoe.
It's about the showmanship, right? It's about you've got to give the people what they want.
She's got a little surprise planned for the middle of. We got a song,
Oh yeah.
Elevator to the Moon. It's about smoking weed. She's she's got a
Don't,
little.
don't say it. We'll keep it a secret.
Well, we'll just say Haley Welch.
What about Flint Santa's?
I couldn't get a hold of Doug Flint Santa,
Mm.
and I don't know.
He's gonna be there.
You think it'd be all right? I mean, I could ask him when we get there.
he would love it.
He's
I
been
think, I think he would love it.
I see he's responded. He's responded.
That's not what
He's responded to.
Adam's like, "What fuck you
Is
guys
that in
into
my
that jam?"
head?
Yeah.
No,
Scared the fuck out of
because
me.
that's usually what my inner monologue sounds like most days when I'm at work. But
What do you want for breakfast? Eggs.
so no, I lost my train of thought, but that's okay.
You never had one.
You're right. That's got derailed a long time ago.
Speaking of trains,
Oh boy.
You don't say.
Oh shit!
Whatever comes after that statement's usually always brilliant. Speaking of trains,
we got a killer song in the works called "The Groove Train."
the groove
I got.
train.
By the way, since we're not going to be recording that with Dan, I asked Chase Wilson.
Oh.
I sent it to him. And he came back and said, "Hell yeah, dude, this is awesome. I'll write the second verse to it and let's record it."
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Love Chase.
So Groove Train is going to make it to the air, man.
Sweet.
He's
I
not.
I forgot about that song, man.
He's not going to
Yeah.
be there this year in any capacity performing. Oh,
Chase,
really?
no, they had something happen. They were going to play,
Yeah.
and then he, I guess one of his members had something going on or whatever, which is a bummer because Blind Riots are awesome.
Yeah. they-
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a great singer.
Yep.
Just phenomenal.
No, I talk about Blind Riots all the time. Like, yeah, love them. Like, we play a lot of their stuff on Rock Radio 360. They gladly sent it to us. They're like, yeah, we'll send you music. We'll play it. I mean,
Yeah, that guy's diamond in the rough, man. That guy can sing.
Yeah.
Our last show, he did immigrant song for us.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
also
The
rock,
deal-
what is that called?
Rock.
not Rockin' America. This is
Neil Young song.
Neil Young, not Night Ranger.
Oh, that one song.
Yeah, that one song.
That one guy's. Yeah.
What the hell is that called? Neil Young's patriotic
Rockin' in
song.
the Free
Rockin'
World.
in the Free
Keep on
World.
rocking in the free.
Are you sure that's
world,
Which is
patriotic?
like totally hypocritical for that guy.
Yeah.
yeah. What a Canadian.
Are you sure that's patriotic?
No, it's not.
Should be.
I don't understand the juxtaposition of my entire life. Neil Young has been an old guy.
It's like the
Still
guys from Rolling Stones or whatever.
Yeah,
It's like this guy's been like 90 years old since I was 4.
right. Like Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson, same way. Like,
Yeah. Did you see the baby picture of Willie Nelson when Keith Richards is holding him?
yeah, when Keith Richards is holding him.
It's already old.
That's perfect.
That's what they call a tin type.
Ah,
Yeah, that's funny shit.
Jesus Christ.
All right, man. Now what you got?
I don't know. Sometimes you just got to wait around to see what happens next.
So I'm out of shit to say, so I should just cook some quesadillas. Huh?
I mean, we could say more. I mean, nobody's talked about. I don't have it pulled up because I'm lazy. But with the lineup for Tuscola Palooza and everything else, we probably should talk a little bit about that.
Figured, dude.
Just sort yourself out.
You got that you got that band, the Crickets, in there, you said?
Oh yeah, I've got
Is Adam looking it up now?
That's one of
The producer's actually producing
that's one of our best drops.
the Crickets.
The Crickets.
The Crickets here, and ladies and gentlemen, the Crickets.
Here, while I'm looking this up,
You'll play the Crickets.
I'll play what I feel is our actual best drop.
Okay.
What is our best drop?
It's not really a drop. It was a gift.
What the fuck? the fuck? What the fuck? the fuck?
That was a voicemail we received.
So when we first started the phone line, the hotline for the podcast, we put the number out there, and that was the very first message voicemail we ever received.
Mm.
Yeah.
Really? Ooh.
And it was voted. We sent it to the masses. We had a grand total of anywhere between 17 and 137,000 votes, and they voted that was the top drop that we have on the podcast.
17 and 136.
Somewhere in between there. That's how many votes we received. Yeah.
Wow.
We don't.
None of us are good at counting.
We fired our accountant. Yeah.
So it was probably 63, something like that.
Yeah. Probably right in there.
Mm.
We fired our accountant, and then we hired one that was Jewish.
They count better, I guess.
Yeah. I guess so.
I don't know.
You're getting a refund.
Right. And then a week later, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
So our Tuscola Palooza lineup this year, on the midway stage, we have Jason Pizik and the Brotherhood.
Isaac.
Isaac,
Yeah.
he should put a line over that.
Jesus. Solid advice.
Is it? And it's Fabula.
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 I was really close.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's
Yeah.
all the emphasis on that.
Good with horseshoes and hand grenades.
We also have coming in Perfect Stranger,
Mm-hmm.
Big Machine.
Big Medicine.
Oh, I'm sorry, Big Medicine. They use a weird font too. What the hell, people? Sans serif.
Yeah.
Just stick with that.
Great.
This guy's handing out knowledge about fonts now over here.
The
Hey.
Whiskey Bottle Blues Band,
Yep.
which we saw last year, which was pretty good. Reverend Right Time and the First Cousins of Funk.
Mm-hmm.
Infamous Quick. Infamous comma Quick.
I think I heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah. heard
Those
of them.
guys, they're, not much to look at. They remind me of a throwback band before
Yeah,
there were
some-
videos.
Yeah.
Because fantastic musicians, not much to look at.
Go on, look at
Infamous Quick.
that infamous quick band.
Infamous comma Quick.
Faces for radio.
The 99. I'd have thought by now they'd be to 100, but
They've
Pretty close.
been stuck there for a while.
and then the Four Horsemen is our
Bob
headliner.
Barker, he got to 99 without going over 100.
Right. Yep. Just right there. Yeah, you're gonna head to the Showcase Showdown, my friend.
Yep. And that's the Four Horsemen.
So, all right, Tuscola Palooza this July 20th, this Saturday coming up, July 20th, 2024, because this podcast will live on probably longer than we will. 215 infamy. Quick. 215 whiskey bottle blues plays. We said
Gates open
Fabula.
at noon.
Yep, gates open at noon. Fabula plays at 3:15. Fabula. We'll get that right. You know,
Blah blah blah.
blah, blah, blah. Goose blah blah.
Bruce, what's the name of that?
Bruce was in what's the name of the Tantric, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, there you go. There's a tie-in if you know the band Tantric.
Mhm.
Big Medicine plays at 4:15. These are approximate times, give or take anywhere between 20 minutes to an hour here on these times. Because stuff happens, man. Stuff happens. It really does. It's live. This is a live show.
Yep.
You never know what the hell's going to happen. There could be a fucking moose wander through or something,
Well, they'd probably deer, I imagine.
right? Perfect Stranger at 5:15. Nice. Reverend Right Time will be on about approximately 6:30. 7:45. Infamous. Quick. Not right.
Yeah,
9 o'clock to 99, and of course at 10:30, the Four Horsemen.
Yep.
There's
man.
the Four Horse man.
And,
Four horrors.
man.
Whores.
Whores.
I like whores. So there we go. Tuscaloosa this Saturday. Tickets are only $20. Just $20. BYOB. No glass, please. Bring your cooler. Bring something to sit on. Bring a tent. Pitch a tent. I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. If you're that excited.
And what does the donations go to? The
The
Child Advocacy Center of Tuscola County.
yes,
There
the
you go.
Child Advocacy Center of Tuscola County.
Awesome.
Is it just one child or is it many?
no, could be many
Because
of
it,
the
you know,
area.
it's singular.
It could be many in this area.
This year we're benefiting Timmy.
Timmy,
Yeah, just Timmy.
We're gonna put him on stage. No, we are not. But anyway, come on out for the show. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna love it. It's one of my favorite events, probably ever. And I mean, it's the only thing I'm associated with on the regular because nobody else will have me. So I appreciate you guys.
it's fun.
But it is fun. It's a good time. It's an all-day thing.
Mhm.
So I always want to say this though: don't feel like you have to be there all day, though.
Right.
You can pick your spots. You can come late. I mean, we have lots of people that just show up at 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Yep.
Or be there for the whole thing. There's going to be food trucks. My buddy Jose will have his food truck out there. Pancho Villa.
Savage Burger will be there.
Savage Burger will be there.
Oh.
And it's going to be a good time. We'll be there. I mean, you don't have to talk to us. I mean, I totally get it.
We'd prefer you didn't. We're at a level now where you probably shouldn't just walk up and talk to us, right?
We've achieved that.
No, I'm just
They walk
I'm-
by and say, "Who's
I
the
always
guys?"
look and I'm like, oh fuck, and I walk.
Ah, shit. I've seen that before. He like rounded the corner and you're like, whoa, shit.
I was thinking more from a smell
Maybe they didn't see
perspective.
me over there. I don't know.
Right. I don't know that guy. It'll be a good time. They'll come on out. It's for a good cause. It's a charity event. And you're not going to find a better time for $20 a person. $20. $20.
I don't think I've ever had anybody show up there that went,
Yeah.
it was okay.
If anything, you can get drunk and roll down a hill. I mean,
Yeah.
shit, that's always entertaining. That's-
fall into the lake. We pick you up.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I recall several Saturday nights that's what I did before the internet. So,
And now you got live bands to go with it.
right. We used to have to look at our porn in magazines. Isn't that weird?
I can get it on Kindle.
Right. I know everywhere.
And just so you know you're safe, after dark, every hour somebody gets a spotlight and shines upon, look for floaters.
Right.
So
Oh, we got another one.
Now's the time for my for floaters. Now's the time for my public service announcement about watching porn on your device. Always, always, always ensure that your Bluetooth is off before you start.
Well, all right.
Right. Just a pro tip.
Yeah.
I mean, the kids were very confused when they were watching The Fabulous World of Gumball and they started hearing weird noises come through the sound system.
And it was their dad. What?
well, also remember, and I know this is going to ruin it for somebody, on your phone, just because they're really small doesn't mean they're midgets.
See, Adam has this. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
He was
He puts his hand in his pocket.
right.
What the
He thought he was a dick.
I needed a towel.
He thought that was his favorite genre for a
That
long
really
time.
didn't
There
help,
was
yeah.
midget, but it was just a really small screen.
Mm.
Oh, it's smelling good, Eric.
This is real time. We're actually, cooking food. We have a large, what do we, thank you. I'm not going to be able to say that. Adam, go ahead.
Infamous comic quick.
Molcajete.
Infamous comic quick. Mocahante. That's like the hot rock that you heat up, and Adam, I've seen him eat like things that are hot as lava coming out of that at
I
the
made that this past weekend for my sister's birthday.
yeah.
I had a homemade fire roasted vegetable ranchero that I put in there.
Oh.
Pinto beans
Mm-hmm.
and a bunch of steak and chicken that we
Yeah.
grilled with, of course, a fajita seasoning
Yeah.
that my wife makes from scratch. And then a bunch of different kinds of peppers, chilies, and onion and everything in there. It was
I'm surprised you're
phenomenal.
not doing it right now.
And if I had the ingredients, I'd be cooking that shit. Brad ate 3 of them and took some home.
Yeah. I wonder why I got a belly.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
You'll have that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What say you, Adam? You got something to say over there. I can tell.
As usual, your instincts are poor.
He was spacing out. He was going,
It's like what these guys are doing over here.
What am I doing right now? And why is this microphone in front of me?
Mm.
Thinking, what life choices led me to right now?
So, something interesting happened the other day. So it used to always be, I would wake up having the nightmare that I was at school, and 1, I didn't have my schedule, and 2, I forgot pants. The other day I had a nightmare that 1, I was on the podcast and didn't have anything to say, and 2, I had also forgotten pants.
Well, on a podcast, that's probably okay, I guess.
It usually is. It generally is.
He gets
What?
hell for wearing shorts on the podcast.
I do. I
it's 80 degrees at night.
well, I put out a mandate.
Everybody-
I put out a mandate a while ago that I don't wear shorts. Like, I don't leave the house wearing shorts. And what I meant was athletic shorts. Like, I don't,
Oh,
like I'm not a person that goes to the gym. You can clearly tell that by looking at me.
No way.
So no way. So I said I don't leave the house wearing shorts, and somebody noted that I left the house wearing shorts, and it's like, well, those are not the athletic shorts. The mesh kind of,
Mhm.
let things flop around kind of. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Is there
It's
a
just
song? Free ball.
Free- exactly, and it's just not it ain't my bag. So
well, it's part of it.
Well, I was going to say only the part that's hanging out.
sometimes, and as you get older, it becomes more and more pronounced. I've had to buy longer and longer shorts.
All right,
That's the
I'm
problem.
eating now.
He's
So
like, I'm about to take a bite.
Yeah.
there is a brand of short. I think Hanes makes them now that has like a pouch built into the front.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so you look like a
They
mini
call 'em,
elephant. So you
yeah.
look like a mini elephant.
Well, I don't.
Ball
It's
huggers
more.
or something.
Yeah, it's more of a ball cradling, like a ball hammock.
Fuck's sake. Can we change the subject?
You don't want to talk about ball hammocks while you're eating?
No.
This is
It looks very breathable.
Eric might know.
Looks very breathable.
the ball hammock.
That seems to me to be uncomfortable. I don't
I
know.
got one in there.
Where to Mexico when I go?
You saw her?
I didn't get any yet.
I mean, hit it.
Don't get it on your
Yeah.
computer. I'm gonna take a bite. Let's see what this does.
All right, so it's getting quiet because we're eating.
Oh, we eat a lot on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure to chew into your microphone because some of the people are really get off
Directly
on
into the
that.
microphone. Now
First time I
that's,
came out to see you guys in podcast and joined, I ordered some mini tacos. That was the STD.
they had some crunch too.
Mhm.
Yeah, a couple of our listeners are like, "Why you guys always gotta eat?" I'm sorry. I mean, we're hungry. We're
You got to keep it strength up.
podcasting's tough business.
That was before we did a lot of video. Now they see us and they go, "Oh yeah, this makes sense."
This makes total sense. Do you think that there was a fairy tale out there of people that envisioned what we look like and it was positive? I don't.
Yeah, I'm thinking no.
How about no?
I mean, I have had an encounter with a female where she just said, "I'm going to close my eyes and you just talk and we'll leave it at that." And I said, "That's fine. That's fine. I mean, I'm here, right?"
You're still here.
And she went,
That's what she said later.
You're still here.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, this is good shit, Eric.
Thank you.
They're really good.
Kind of hard to eat with this microphone in front of me.
Yeah.
Oh, we're seasoned at that. We're good
Yeah.
at it. We know exactly what we're doing now.
People are turning the channel right now. Like, okay.
Somebody better say something.
These are really good, by the way.
Doing what you're eating.
What kind of weird cheese did you say this was?
It's Mexican. Like as an American, you'd call it crumble cheese.
Oh, well, you know.
Crumble cheese.
It's a mix of Mexican cheeses. And you know what you can do with this cheese? You can cut off a rectangular piece and grill it, and it doesn't melt down to a puddle. Grill it on both sides and then eat it like a cheese stick.
Really?
I'll make one in this second.
Can you hand me a piece of that paper towel over there, please?
Again, this sounds like nobody can resist my sweaty balls.
Right? Well, this is excellent crumble cheese quesadilla.
Anybody else need a paper towel?
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Burp.
right. That's going to happen in a minute or two here. So anyway, yeah, Tuscola-palooza this weekend. Be there. I wish you would. I mean,
Mhm.
I tell everybody about it.
I think I'll go there.
It's a great time.
Yeah, you should. I think we'll see you guys there.
Yeah, we're going to be there. Don't let that influence your decision.
It's a good time.
It is a good time. It's always a good time.
I've never had a bad time yet. This will be the fourth year we've gone. Is that correct?
Probably.
Yeah.
Remember that year when the band sucked and me and Phil immediately took the side-by-side up at the top of the hill and drank a half pint of liquor?
And also remember when I had the duty of interviewing the band afterwards?
So I had the task of putting that, like being the video camera guy and having to not laugh as Phil keeps making eye contact with me after he'd asked some shitty question. And he's like, I have to do the interview because Eric gave me a list of things not to say.
You did. He gave me a list of things not to say.
I did.
You did.
Yeah.
That would be Eric.
You're like, you can ask about this. You can't ask about this. You can ask about this. So it said that was probably one of the single most sarcastic interviews I've ever done.
Which
You
band?
have to wear black while you're asking the question.
Interviewing my band?
No.
No.
The headliner.
The shitty one?
Yes, the Kiss tribute band.
Oh, stop it.
Oh.
You weren't supposed to say that.
Well, nobody knows which one.
Yeah, there's several out there.
Because we've had a Kiss tribute in lots of
Mm.
There's a few out there.
Well, I can say
was,
this.
This was the one that had the actual age McMars. It was age authentic.
Age authentic.
Well, that's funny because Kiss didn't have me.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Ace Frehley.
Yes.
Sorry. In my head, I saw liver spots and I immediately went to McMars.
Jesus Christ.
And then the John 5 tribute came in.
What's that?
And then the John 5 tribute came in to replace him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to do one of these grilled.
So I was really upset though when I did that interview that he took his makeup off first.
Yeah, it was pretty lame.
Right.
And he looked all normal.
You asked him to leave his high heels on too?
Right. No, I think he did, and I was still about 8 inches taller than he was.
But Gene Simmons, this guy is about 4 feet high.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember when Ace Frehley almost set himself on fire? and
I
his
was
guitar
just
smoked
thinking
for
that. I
about
was
3
just
minutes?
thinking that.
I missed it.
You know, the good part about remembering where pyrotechnics are is not standing over them when they're going to go off.
Yeah. Oh, I did it before.
How very Michael Jackson of you.
You probably jumped back. This guy couldn't.
I swatted the backdrop thing, our sign. It was made out of nylon. So all that melted nylon went over my hand. And one of the people in the audience who was standing there with a pitcher of water saw me heading for that thing and climbed up on that stage and ran up to me and shoved my hand in the water
Nice.
Oh, damn.
right after I did it. Because I didn't know this would happen, and he did.
Well, good looking
I
out
had-
for you.
Right around the same year where James Hetfield burnt the shit out of himself, we were touring, and I did the same freaking
Oh,
thing.
so you had to upstage.
I had to upstage the Hetfield.
Nice. Nicely done.
Somebody is a slave to authenticity.
As long as I didn't upstage the great white band.
No, you don't want to do that.
Oh my.
That was good, dude.
Here, hit me with a spoonful of salsa on those.
Just one?
Maybe one on each.
Here, let me get it closer so that way I don't get salsa all over the
That's perfect. That's
here to
plenty,
Timbuktu. There we go.
plenty.
Just right on the board.
Uh,
Tell the folks what we're eating.
Yeah, more quesadillas
Cheese
With-
quesadilla.
with Mexican crumbly cheese.
Mhm.
I'm sure it has an official name, but
yeah, I was just thinking that there's probably other.
It's OAXACA.
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 Oaks. Somebody out there screaming at their speaker right now, be like, "You guys are assholes." Well,
That's the best I can pronounce it.
welcome to the show.
Wasn't that a Russian skater?
That was
That was Oksana Bayul.
yes, that was Oksana Bayul. Thank
Did
you.
they name it after her?
Pretty confident they
Her
didn't.
parents probably named her after cheese.
That that could be.
Could you imagine naming your kid after a cheese and then they go on to be an Olympic athlete?
What's up, Cheddar?
Right?
There's some people named Bree or girls I've heard.
That's a valid point. Brie.
Mhm.
I've never met a Brie that impressed me.
So take this.
The cheese, yes.
Grilled
Okay.
cheese. And just eat that.
It looks phenomenal.
It totally changes the flavor.
You want some?
Uh-huh.
Doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good stuff.
That is like,
No.
Oh, you got more of it. Okay.
I'll never go back to conventional mozzarella cheese sticks ever again.
Oh, this smokes mozzarella.
It
What's
does.
called? What is it?
OAXACA.
Give it a minute.
And a half.
Yeah, I took a bite immediately. I'm fine, but I mean, the roof of my mouth is going to do one of those peel things probably, but
But I think it's so cool it doesn't turn into a puddle of white.
no, it doesn't. It browns up. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But yet it seemed to melt in the quesadilla.
It's melted. Like when you take a bite of that he grilled, it's like gooey on the inside though.
Self-contained cheese sticks. No need for bread.
And that's the part that gets me is the breading. So there we go. I mean, I like it because I'm fat, but my doctor says I shouldn't have it.
I gotta give Eric props. He's an excellent cook.
Oh, I know that. He definitely is.
Thank you, Tony.
It's all right. No, thank you.
We came over here for his summer cookout that one year, and he made the smoked
Really?
brisket French dips.
Adam. You want
You need more
a paper towel?
napkins?
Yeah, after you just got one, I'll be like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's all right. The
Thanks, Adam.
You could actually say that instead of doing it in Braille.
severely
Helpful.
it's okay. The severely handicapped guy will grab you one.
Severely. What I like about the cheese is it's got a saltiness to it, but not too salty.
Is that what you likes about the cheese?
Comes
That's
out a
what
lot
I likes
more
about
when
the
you grill
cheese.
it. Yeah,
I'm too fats to run.
he did say that when he was weighing your sister's hot and he takes off.
I'm too fats to run. So yeah, now it's just us sitting here. This is actually probably one of the best podcast episodes we've ever done.
Dude,
Awesome.
That's
Isn't
so
it,
good,
Philip?
isn't it?
Wow.
really?
Like you weren't playing,
Totally
man.
different when you grill it.
You could probably open a food truck and just serve the grilled cheese, that cheese grilled like that, and those quesadillas, and that's all you have. Yeah.
Cheese strips for $3.50.
And all the real authentic Mexican food trucks would be pissed at me.
They'd be like, he knows our secret.
Yeah.
That was bad. Sorry.
I have one more of that.
Yeah, it's great.
It's not any worse than the time that we did the podcast in blackface.
What?
No, that never happened.
Thank you.
That's it.
I'm good. I'm good.
We were told that's not a good idea by C. Thomas Howell.
Now I'm ready for a nap.
Right? I'm ready for another beer.
It's like Lolo over here.
I overbought the salsa.
No, you didn't.
Nah, you got some chips around here or something? We'll be all right.
I don't.
Put it in the fridge. It'll be good next
Oh,
time.
you got tortillas over
Throw a
there.
couple tortillas on the grill.
Tortillas.
Have some flour chips. Hell
Yep.
yeah. All right.
See? Problem solvers. So what else, Adam?
I just want to point out that fat people never, ever not figure out a way to eat.
That's 100% true.
Huh.
Fat people will figure out how to eat, and they're harder to kidnap.
Yeah.
You're never out of chips.
Right? Everything's a chip if you try hard enough.
And if enough heat's applied, yeah.
These things too.
Right? All right, I got to grab another beer. Can you entertain the kids?
Sure. I'm not alone here.
He's got nut.
I got not.
He's got a poop. He's pooping.
That does happen.
I got to grab a beer too.
We can always play
Good thing here at Barrio 26 / Michigan Audio Lab, we have an inside restroom for the Phil and you.
oh, you'll feel right at home, Phil. It's got a bidet.
Oh, all right.
And he ain't lying. 2 out of 3 of my bathrooms have bidets.
Just one of my 2 has one.
I'm surprised I'm not sitting on there bideting myself right now.
I'm surprised I'm not bideting at this moment. It's impossible to get Junior off of my throne now that it's got a bidet.
Well, you got one too?
Yeah.
He's got the one with the dryer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, it's got a front cleaner too.
Front cleaner.
Yeah,
Because you got front butt.
absolutely. All the bases are covered.
So it's got heated seat, air blow dry, has a front setting, has a turbo setting, and it's got all the bells and whistles and everything.
Awesome.
Turbo.
Turbo.
A turbo ash cleaner.
And I'll tell you, man. I mean, I hate to. It's such a weird subject, but I installed my first bidet like 3 years ago because my wife's Filipino, and in every country in the world except the United States, they wash their freaking ass when they take a shit. We're the only ones that don't.
You know why?
That is
Eric?
why they all think we're gross.
Because we take fucking showers. All right.
They also take showers. But so I installed this for her because she's used to something like that. And then I started using it and I thought, oh my God, I can never not use this bathroom. Because it cleans you, there's no smell. If you have a little constipation, you can just enema yourself with it.
How much better is that for your septic too?
Fuck's sake,
Oh, it's
Eric.
gotta be.
Oh, just
Oh
tremendous.
man. Oh, if given the chance, you wouldn't enema yourself with a bidet?
No, I take showers.
Given the chance, he'd do it every time, need it or not.
Yeah, no, and it's right. I think that the reason why we use so much of that is because of big paper company probably said, you know what?
Yeah, you can't take that away from us.
Yeah.
They could have switched gears and started making
We're supposed to
bidets.
Save water. Save water is the big thing.
Yeah. Fuck the trees, save water.
Yeah, fuck that.
But in every other country, there are bidets.
Right.
We're also one of the only countries that refrigerate our milk and eggs.
And eggs. My
Yeah.
wife taught me that just like last
Yeah.
week. I said, Mary, you left the eggs out. She says they don't need to be refrigerated. There's only Americans that do that.
It's true.
And I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? You're probably right.
See, he uses credit cards to clean his teeth.
Yeah. There's a little gap there, I guess.
Yeah.
Save the trees.
Well, you know, toothpicks
Yeah. Save the trees.
take up a lot of wood.
Yeah, but
He
so,
stole that. He said wood.
would conserve water. Yeah, big paper.
Without being deep fried, those are not going to be crispy like a chip.
That's okay. That's all right.
Do the little bend cuppy
They
thing.
just
and hit it.
stiffen up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
He said stiff.
Stiff.
We got a lot of water around here. Now you mention it.
So yeah, I mean, technically, burning fossil fuels is recycling.
Is it?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, it is because all that shit died, and then you burn it.
That's what I tell everybody.
So is Spartan, man. You're recycling it.
That's what I tell everybody all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then it all hovers over Ohio.
The Bovosphere, yes.
That's the truth. You know he stinks in Ohio. You go through and you go, what the?
Ohio just,
It stinks.
I don't understand why it's still a thing.
Well, there's a place in Oklahoma I drove through this last spring, and it stunk pretty bad. So
Right?
Must have been a lot of Ohio transfers there.
maybe I'll go into
They don't
Arizona or
they
something.
don't use bidets.
Oh, that's it.
Chips.
There you go. See, let's try this.
Chips.
Remember just chips, no cheese?
You got to get these are vehicles for salsa.
Cheese is gone.
Salsa transport units.
Mm-hmm.
Are they Phil approved?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mo chips.
He can't even talk now. He's
Mm.
That's what makes the podcast good. That's why we feed Phil. Lets other people talk for a minute.
Oh,
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
so that harkens back to about the first 300 episodes. One of the top comments was all Phil talks too much. So then we did a little experiment where I walked away for about 10 minutes during an episode and they didn't have anything to say.
crickets.
Mhm.
Game chips.
It wasn't Adam. Adam was in on it.
Oh,
But the other people that were on there that insisted that I talked too much were they didn't have anything to say.
I think
And
you
they talk too
I think
little.
You talk just fine.
Well, thank you.
I too feel like he talks an appropriate amount.
About what?
Nothing.
Oh,
I am very good at talking about nothing.
you are.
I mean, really, there's
You know what? You're fucking decent, man.
decent.
At talking.
That's about it. I don't have very many skills, so I appreciate that. Adam can contest. I'm not
From your butthole headquarters.
very musically inclined.
Somebody you did, motherfucker.
hmm
You want me to
I'm working on it.
pile them on your plate and tell them?
Sure.
Oh, those are rookie numbers on that salsa.
Well,
You got to fold it like a piece of pie.
Pizza pie.
that one's for Ashley.
You got to use it as a salsa scoop.
Look at there it goes. Holy shit.
Jeez.
What are you playing next?
Fuck you, Shorzy.
There you go. There's a Shorzy.
For what?
For what?
Phil?
Yeah,
He's like, oh, okay.
if I have to.
Not at the moment.
I think you filled these up on Oaxaca cheese. Oaxaca. Can we? I can probably try to look that up. The internet's undefeated,
That's what she said.
right? The internet's undefeated.
Well, was it
Ox?
Oaxaca?
Oaxaca?
I think that's Spanish for ox semen.
Ox semen? That's what kind of cheese it is?
Yeah.
Noxema.
Not yeah. It's I don't know what the hell my Google thinks, but as soon as I type in it wants to go right to
Type OAX.
it wants to go to OnlyFans.
Right, I wonder why.
OAX
Remember Haley Welch's OnlyFans page?
OXACA, right?
Yeah.
The scary part is it's the creator portal.
OAX. The creator portal. Ha! Nobody wants to see that.
She don't like salsa? Wow. She
Who
turned her nose up. She's like, nope.
Yeah, you can't give dogs salsa. They can't eat spice.
But she don't know that.
They don't like vegetables.
This dog eats carrots like you wouldn't believe. Like, holy shit.
Some dogs are exception, I guess.
Oh, well, here we go.
What'd you find?
Here we go.
Oaxaca.
What's that?
Oh, I've heard of
Oaxaca.
Oaxaca before.
That's a cheese.
That's the cheese.
Oaxaca.
Oaxaca.
I'm glad you know. something.
Oaxaca.
Oh, is that how they pronounce it?
Oaxaca cheese.
Like Fozzie Bear. Right?
With none of the charm.
Exactly.
But it is a good cheese. They're just they're just rolling here.
All right, so here's the one.
Mm.
Wow.
Eric just didn't want to put away those
Yeah.
those tortillas.
Bought two bags of them for us.
I'm gonna go buy some Oaxaca cheese.
That's a good
Oaxaca.
shit.
Where'd you get it at?
Oh, I got a Walmart.
Really?
They have it at Walmart?
Yep. In
Not
my
our
Walmart,
Walmart.
it's over like by the yogurt, where there's other like specialty Mexican stuff, not in the Mexican aisle
Mm.
and not in the cheese aisle, but over by the yogurt where the Mexican specialty stuff is.
Huh. I'm going to find my Oaxaca cheese tomorrow.
Good shit.
It is good. I appreciate it.
And you make like your usual tacos or fajitas or burritos, and use that instead of the Americanized like Mexican blend shredded cheese, which is complete bullshit. Mexicans do not use that.
No, they do not. Or sour cream, really.
Oh, sour cream, hell yeah. I love it though.
Oh, I do too.
Did a good job. Sour cream's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or some guac.
Put some sour cream in your chili.
Dude, I make a chili that I call birria chili.
Mm.
I take like a beef roast and put it in the instant pot
Mm-hmm.
for an hour, and the liquid that's in there with it is basically the roasted salsa that I made for those fajitas, which is tomatoes and garlic and onions and different kind of chilies. Mix them down and or roast them on a fire, and then you mix them down in a blender or whatever till it's a liquid, and then put that in the instant pot, and then you've got this beef that just falls apart.
Oh,
And use that for tacos. Of course, for me, shitload of cilantro. I love cilantro.
yes.
Mhm.
Does it taste like soap to anybody here?
Nope.
Because that's the number one argument. People that don't like it, like it tastes like soap. I love it.
I
Yeah.
love cilantro.
You've heard that before, right? People say it tastes like soap.
I don't listen to those people.
Tide Pods, yeah.
Same people eat Tide Pods think cilantro tastes like soap.
Well, maybe Tide Pods taste like cilantro.
Either way, they love it.
Don't eat Tide Pods. Did they stop making them, or do they still make them?
They still make them. People are just discouraged from eating them.
If there's one thing I've learned from the podcast is people are stupid.
They just
A lot of
started
chewing
putting,
going on here.
Mm-hmm.
they just started putting that they're vegan on the label, and most people stopped eating them.
vegan,
Are you saying?
vegan Tide Pods.
Are you trying to tell me that vegans are more intelligent than non-vegans?
No, I'm saying that vegan food is terrible.
Oh,
Who would-
Terry's a vegan. Well, then is she a vegan? Because she said she'll eat
There's certain things
like cheese or whatever now. Yeah, they changed it. I think.
So she's like a level 2 vegan then.
I don't know.
Like a level 5 won't eat anything that casts a shadow.
right.
A grass
I was just gonna say,
casts a shadow.
No.
mushrooms cast a shadow.
They basically filter feed on whatever's in the air.
No, she doesn't do that.
They're also waiting for the next comet to come through, and they're going to hitch a ride on the tail.
Yeah.
She'll her now, Brian. They'll eat shrimp, and fish, stuff.
Chicken.
They just no, they don't want chicken and beef.
No chicken.
Pork.
Hmm.
And it used to be
Jiggle your cable, Eric.
But I think they've no worky.
There you go.
There you go.
But I think they're not doing that anymore. I think it's just the actual meat.
Huh.
I'm good. Ready for a nap.
I better get a drink. I'm eating myself sober.
So pescatarian diet. That's the word we're looking for. Pescatarian. We'll eat fish and other seafood, as well as obviously vegetables and things like that. Pescatarian.
I eat fish and other kind of all seafood and anything that walks, flies, or swims.
My neighbors used to go to a pescatarian church.
Huh.
For Friday night fish fry.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they're not there right now.
That's right. I'm shocked they're not there right now. Pescatarian. Next to the Episcopal.
Yeah.
Yes. The Joe Episcopal church.
Right. Oh, boy.
Now I'm
So
all
we covered
full.
Tuscaloosa.
We did.
What's been happening in the world of the P&A podcast when you're not here?
We just had our hot dog eating contest.
You had a hot dog eating contest.
Yeah.
Who won?
He did.
No,
Not me.
no. I commentated. I started to back out of the actual contesting. Producing's hard, so no.
Yeah.
But it's an excuse not to get in the eating contest. I found that I was miserable and didn't win, so why do that?
I would never want to get in an eating contest either, but I'd like to be the guy that taste tests the food to make sure it's okay for the contestants. You get a hot dog here, some French fries, whatever. Yep, all good.
So what I do is just sneak in like I'm gonna participate, and then just don't care if I win or not.
This guy.
Does he eat like 2 hot dogs and drink a pop and get up and leave?
Yeah.
This guy. So this guy, we had the prior contest because it was, of course, our second annual.
A second inaugural.
Stop it. Second annual hot dog eating contest on the 4th of July. He didn't participate. He didn't the year before either. But prior to that, we had a Buffalo Wild Wings boneless wing eating challenge. And he's just
chicken nuggets.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
of course.
Well, they have an all-you-can-eat boneless wing eating night in Port Huron, so we took advantage of that.
Actually, the general manager asked that I please tell them that promotion is actually throughout the entire country, not just Port Huron. So that's the script I have to read. So it goes through August 10th, by the way, too. So get into Buffalo Wild Wings now for $19.99. All you can eat Buffalo Wild Wings. Monday nights and Mondays all day, Tuesdays all day. The only rules are you cannot share. And that's pretty much it. There's no time limit.
Are they sponsoring the podcast?
No, they're not sponsoring it.
Because I got a bad story to tell about them.
You can tell it is so, but anyway, so this guy sits there. Let me tell my story, then you can tell your story.
All right.
So this guy sits there and he just says he wants to commentate on the wing eating contest. And we had like 5 or 6 participants. He ends up coming in third because he realized because he had sat there and ate on his own volition, eating like 25.
26.
Yeah.
That's it?
Well, I think I could eat some wings, man. Of course, those are nuggets. They're not.
It was like 100 degrees that day, and I didn't go in like hungry.
40. We had 40. Somebody ate 40 of them.
That's a lot.
I mean, we could have stretched it out time wise, but
You also got a platter of fries with that you had to eat as well. So
just one. So the first one comes with fries. That is the rule. The first one is, I believe it was 12, right? 12 pieces.
Yep.
And it came with fries, and you could not reorder nuggets. Reorder boneless buffalo wings. Contractually, I'm supposed to say that.
I thought you said they weren't sponsoring.
I had an agreement with the general manager of the.
Well, I won't tell my story then.
No, you can tell the story. Did it happen in Port Huron?
No, Saginaw.
Then you can tell the story all you want.
All right.
I have no loyalty to them in Saginaw. Fuck those guys. So anyway, and then of course you can reorder and go from there. You could order more fries if you wanted to, but it just seemed kind of counterintuitive. So, So I started. The thing they don't tell you about their chicken nuggets, boneless buffalo wings, they're very salty. When you get down to the end, you feel like you've consumed a lot of salt.
I bet.
That was the hardest part for me to take in is their breading, whatever it is, ton of salt.
That's when you go.
I was trying, man. The waitress even gave me grief. She's like, well, you sat here and drank like 6 beers while you were doing it. I'm like, 6? That's it? Anyway, I told you that story so that Eric could tell you this story.
So I go into Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm going to say Flint because it's not going to be Saginaw, I don't think. I think it was Flint. And it's on Miller Road.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So I go in there, and I think this was a long time ago. I had my daughter Ava, who is now 14, and I think she was like 7 at the time. And she orders boneless wings, which is nuggets.
Yeah.
Nobody's fooling anybody.
They're sauce.
They're chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
So, and I ordered a burger. It's like this burger. It's on the menu. It looks good. It's got like, bacon and barbecue sauce and a smoked cheese and all that. And I get the thing, and it looks like it came out of a gas station refrigerator, and it's kind of cold in the middle, which tells me it was frozen or they microwaved it or something. Mm-hmm. So I called the manager over. I said, this is like the worst hamburger I've ever had. Are these frozen or something? She goes, well, it's called Buffalo Wild Wings. It's not a hamburger place. I said, oh, really? Well, why are you selling them?
Oh, my.
So that was the last time I ever went to Buffalo Wild Wings.
That is not a
with
great
their-
answer.
Not to mention with their whole anti-gun and anti-America freaking stance. So that turned me off as well. Gun-free zone. Oh, so I can go in there and get shot by a criminal. Cool.
Well, they don't want somebody who makes a shitty hamburger getting shot.
That's right.
Right. That could have turned out totally different if we allowed guns in this establishment.
They're just microwaving it for the length of time that they've been told.
Right.
So I didn't get anything hot. Like I didn't get any I got a what was the
hot, spicy wise.
the Buffalo
I was
Ranch.
gonna say my fucking wings came out blazing hot temperature wise.
Well,
Like
no,
she grabbed them straight out of lava and brought them to me. I'm like, I'm trying to eat these fast.
That's a chicken wing.
Yeah.
I got Buffalo Ranch, which is only like halfway up the scale, right? But my mouth burned so bad from the salt that was in those damn things and the coating.
Yeah.
Jeez,
They oversalt them. That's terrible.
Trying to watch my blood pressure. I can't eat those things.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know who's got like the great wings. I mean, it was always supposed to be Hooters. Their breading was kind of weird.
I enjoy Hooters wings. I do.
Did you?
Hooters is good though.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not bad, but
Well, you used to be able to go to Hooters and get the whole wing, like not the little pieces that
Right.
they try and pass off as a wing now.
right.
Get the whole wing for 25 cents on Tuesdays.
Well, that place in Frankenmuth, I can't remember the name. It's a smokehouse. They would serve you like 5 wings as a meal, and they were freaking huge. And it was that whole
Yeah.
thing.
Pterodactyl wings.
It was like half of the thigh came with it or whatever, not thigh, and they were huge. And the way they smoked them things was just the best, man. Best wings I ever ate.
No, they're really good. I agree. The ones in Frankenmuth at Slow Bones.
Slow Bones. That's
That
right.
one's good.
Yeah, that's the only thing I actually really care for there. They're chili and the wings, the smoked wings.
When did they put a Slow Bones in Frankenmuth? Has it been there long?
Oh, God.
Oh yeah,
there
it's
for
been
years.
there a while. Yeah.
I just must have missed it. I love Slow Bones.
It was great. We went there probably 3-4 weeks ago, and it was not what it used to be. Of course, they got to downsize because inflation's killing everybody right now.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, geez.
I've noticed that at every restaurant, like the lack of service and their menus are half of what they were.
Yep.
Your portions are a quarter what they were.
Yep.
And your
the
price is
has doubled. Yeah, that's right.
So,
Take me and my wife and 3 kids there, and I'm like $120 for dinner.
yep. Yeah, just for any basic sit down place.
Crazy.
Yeah, the menus.
So there's this place that allegedly it's just called BBQ
Allegedly.
chicken. Allegedly. It's called it must have been a sick ostrich.
Must have been a sick iron.
So it's just called BB.Q chicken. It's like Korean style, but apparently they have the best wings you can buy at any restaurant chain currently. And there's one somewhere down near Detroit.
Really?
I've been wanting to try
And
it.
it's Korean?
Yeah, they say they're Korean style. It's Korean. They like all their sides are Korean. They have like kimchi and stuff like that mixed in.
Korean
Incorporate-
food's awesome.
Korean food is awesome.
But a lot of times in the Korean food restaurants, you're cooking it yourself at the table.
That is true.
So I don't know if they would do that with chicken, because chicken really needs to be 165 degrees. or
Yeah,
you're gonna get sick.
They don't. From what I've heard and what I've seen, because I've seen like a few eating challenges. People are like, because they've got this big plate where they bring you like 50 wings of like 3 different flavors, and
Oh, that'd be awesome, dude.
I love.
Have you ever been to a Billy Sims barbecue?
Uh-uh.
Oh, dude, they're good.
What's a Billy? Was that some inside joke or?
No, Billy Sims was a Detroit Lion football player.
Well,
When
that's why I don't know what you're talking about.
when the NFL crippled him up, they gave him the ability to smoke meat. That was
know a
his
couple liberals
superpower.
like that. Same ability.
No, it is. It is
I'm
really
getting
good
biased.
stuff.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that on your podcast.
So Billy Sims was a running back for the Detroit Lions back in the 80s. He was drafted. I don't think it was first overall. Was it first overall?
It was close.
And he also wore number 20, but he went to Oklahoma and he was a Heisman Trophy winner. And I believe it was his 3rd season for the Lions. He blew out his knee and never played again because obviously medical was nothing like it is now. And then years later, we get this young man named Barry Sanders,
Oh,
who
Barry Sanders.
also was a Heisman Trophy winner, who came out of Oklahoma State and wore number 20 that came to the Lions. So it was like, oh, he's going to blow out his knee in like his 3rd season and it'll be the Billy Sims curse or whatever. But no, it didn't happen. But anyway, I just remember that because that was my childhood, like reading about all this. And I'm like, I mean, I never really prayed or anything, but sometimes I'd be like, Please don't let Barry Sanders blow out his knee.
Well, he had the Detroit Lions curse.
Yeah.
that was a,
And then he retired, just like Calvin Johnson and So you're gonna read us about Billy Sims Barbecue. I see you have it pulled up over
It
here.
started in 2004, and he's got sauces and stuff there that they have for sale. There's only like 3 through Detroit, or from last I looked. I haven't.
Should we add this to our list of restaurants that we want to go to because there's very few of them left that we will never go to, even though we talk about this all the time?
Yeah,
i.e. Ponderosa, Bennigan's, Houghton now.
well, for sure. Oh, he's got a couple out in Oklahoma too.
Well, there you go. He went to the University of Oklahoma, Heisman Trophy winner.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely good. There's one down somewhere around the Rochester area, because when Anthony was going to school down there, we went and ate at it, and I'm like, this will be lame. And it was we walked in and I knew it was like for real, because as you're walking in, there's like a whole pile of wood along the side of the building, and I'm like, wow, they're actually like doing stuff here. And then you walk in, they've got giant smokers in there, they're smoking meat.
So, all right. Chains of barbecue joints, barbecue. I say this loosely. What in your brain, if I were to give you that, just like, okay, a barbecue joint chain, what's the worst one that comes to your mind?
A barbecue joint chain?
Yes.
I probably don't know that many of them. Famous Dave's.
Famous Dave's is on the list. Yes. Famous Dave's is definitely one that disappoints.
Yeah, I've been there
more than it impresses.
Once or twice, and it was not.
Famous Dave's, but there are legions of people that love it. My number one that I'm most disappointed with, and I've only eaten it 3 times, 3 different locations, always been supremely underwhelming and very expensive. Dickey's Barbecue Pit.
Never heard of it.
There's one in Saginaw.
Huh.
Yeah. Don't go there. Don't bother.
So only smokehouses, like the Texas Roadhouse, maybe?
Something like that. Yeah.
I don't think they're a smokehouse, Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, it's not
more of a
smokehouse,
steak
it's just like
joint.
steak place.
Yeah.
I tell you,
But that would qualify. They have brisket and stuff there,
they do.
and it's not good.
The best one I've ever eaten at is in Lapeer. It's called Wood Chips.
Yeah,
Yep. Can
Wood
confirm.
Chips is solid.
Wood
So-
Chips is freaking awesome.
They're the best barbecue I've ever had. I was down working in Noblesville, Indiana, and these guys tell us where we're working at. They're like, oh, if you want some really good barbecue, there's a little 12 by 12 shed on the side of the road. Go there tomorrow for lunch. And we went to go by there, and I mean, the line was so long we didn't even consider it. Went there the next day earlier, and we get there, and it's just this old guy barbecuing shit. And when he's sold out, he just closes. And it was the best stuff I've ever had. I got pulled pork and I got brisket and just about died.
Where was that?
Noblesville, Indiana.
Oh,
I couldn't tell you the name of it. It's just an old guy out there making barbecue.
It's probably just old guys barbecue.
Now, the smokehouse down in Elmont, they've got a little stand up there. It's pretty good.
Mike Abraham.
Yeah.
Old Guys Barbecue.
Well, welcome to Old Guys Barbecue.
So tender we can take our teeth out.
There's probably a lot of those places that you'd never find, like through Google Maps or whatever it is you're using, trying to find a place like that are just friggin' awesome until you go into some town and someone knows about this place and you just happen to be able to get there and, and check it out. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of those that are just.
So my barbecue story from when I was down south, because I used to travel to the Carolinas for my one job. And of course, we were looking at the barbecue places, and there's like 1 or 2 of them that everyone was like, won all these awards. It's world famous, and everybody goes there, blah, blah. So I asked the guy, I'm like, I want good barbecue. Should I go here? Obviously, everybody says it. It's been on the TV and everything else. He's like, no, fuck no. He says, don't bother going there. He says, go to this one down here. And I'm like, cool, man. That sounds great. I'm going to go check it out. I'm like, is there anything I should know before I walk in there? He's like, nah, you'll be fine. I walk in. I'm the only white dude in the place.
Right.
And they all looked at me.
You know what? But that was the best.
It was the best damn barbecue I've ever had, though.
Yeah.
Is there anything I should know?
Right. I did because I'm like, I feel like there's always a caveat when you're down south. There's always that one thing that
You know
what aren't you telling me?
It was all good though, wasn't it?
No, it was great. They were very welcoming. They were gracious. But like when I opened the door, like ding ding,
Right.
might as well have just said honky.
Everybody stops.
Right.
So I was calling a football game one time down at River Rouge, and we're at River Rouge High School, and we parked way far away because there was no parking. We go up in the booth, and this guy's like, "Where'd you boys park at?" We're like, "Oh, we're over here by this building." He's like, "I'm gonna open the gate for you because you seem like nice guys, and I want you to die." So we pull right in
we
the gate.
appreciate that.
We pull right in the gate, and they brought up barbecue. I believe it was all homemade, but like for everybody in the booth, they're like, "Yeah, go ahead and have some." And it was pretty phenomenal. If there was a restaurant serving that, I would go there.
Damn.
Yeah, I do remember though the one thing from that barbecue joint. After everybody had looked at me and I'd walked up to the counter and ordered, the lady at the back of the counter is like, "Are you gonna have cornbread with that?" I'm like, "Oh hell yeah!" Quadruple down on the cornbread, and everyone was like,
Like you weren't cool if you didn't
Yeah,
have the
you're right.
They weren't sure if white people ate cornbread.
"Right,
It's like us going, "Are you gonna get in the pool or
right." Do you need some floaties or something? I mean,
which is just so stupid.
Oh boy.
Is that water deep enough to?
yeah.
In Georgia, and the lady comes up, "Y'all want some sweet tea?" I goes, "No, thanks." She goes, "Y'all don't want no sweet tea?" I goes, "No, I'm good."
Sweet tea?
She goes,
Sweet tea.
"They don't want no sweet tea." I'm like,
Cletus,
I'll take the sweet tea.
these people turn down the sweet tea.
Hey, don't want no sweet tea. I told you when they walk in, they ain't gonna want no sweet tea.
Yankees.
Should say, should I get the sweet tea?
I got the sweet tea.
You want to blow their minds? Ask for unsweetened tea. Can I get unsweetened iced tea?
All right now. Sweet tea.
So
Right.
when I used to work in Florida a lot, we went to the little town that we were in, DeLand. There was a couple of chain barbecue restaurants there, and we went to those, and we're like, "Oh, they're pretty decent. You know, they're Southern barbecue. They're all right." And then the people from the bank that I was working at, they took us to like this just barbecue restaurant. You walk in, every table is just this big metal table with a hole in the middle where you push your bones. Just push your bones in the.
That's the
in the hole.
lifestyle I'm
I
trying to
usually
live right
find
there.
some type of hole where I push my bones.
we bumped each other out of the way on that adventure.
So I had 3 kids.
Yeah.
Did you for bumping your bone?
Right?
Jesus Christ.
So speaking of,
no kids, I got an hour drive.
All right.
Home.
Oh.
And I will see you Saturday.
We'll see you Saturday.
You will see us.
We'll see you Saturday, buddy.
the Tony,
Cannot wait.
the Tony is leaving.
The Tony is leaving. The Tony out.
Eat some quesadilla and bust.
Yeah. Hour drive.
Hey, I get it.
Hey,
I
we'll
get
see
it.
you
We'll
later,
see
bro.
ya.
Yeah.
No, he's a good guy. And come on out to Tuscaloosa and watch him jam, man.
You guys all jam, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
It's going to be a good time.
We did catch a bit of rehearsal tonight. Very, very solid.
Was it?
Yeah,
No,
it sounded good.
You guys
Yeah.
sounded good. You really did. And here's the difference. I'm going to tell you right now. I've got other friends that are in bands, and Adam's always telling me how those other bands aren't
Tight?
And yeah,
Not good?
and now I realized it tonight listening to you guys practice. I really did.
Or you hear 'em
we
play.
appreciate that.
You hear
Yeah.
them play. They play a song that's got 7 different chords in it. They only use 3, but you know they're the 3 important ones.
I find that bands that aren't quite at the professional level, what puts them there is they'll skip by certain parts, even though they're not right and they all know it, and they just all ignore it
Yeah.
and keep moving on to the next part. Where we, or especially me, I'll be like, I'll stop and go, nope, that ain't right. Somebody's not doing something right. Let's figure it out. We get there, and especially like Brad, if we decide to do a cover song or even one of the originals, he learns it note
Right.
for freaking note, and he comes to practice and plays it correctly. There's no
Most of
question
them anyway.
about it.
Right.
Oh, that Like a Stone song,
Oh, yeah.
that solo, it sounds exactly
it
like
does.
that
No, I
song.
heard it tonight. I swear to God, I'm like, yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, he does it freaking perfectly.
I expected to see soul power on his guitar.
Gotta make sure my foot's planted squarely on that pedal when I do it.
Right.
Yeah, that's a slip hazard.
It is.
You know,
It really is.
Oh, I've pushed too hard on a pedal or two and
Yeah.
went backwards.
It's got to be tough, though. I mean, everybody you're dealing with egos and everything else. It's not easy. It's not easy.
You got to find the right combination of people to get what you want or get what you need or what you expect out of them, I guess.
well, it's a 4 or 5, 6-way marriage.
Yeah.
It really is.
You know,
You
how do
gotta
these
have a thick skin to do it.
How do these
Skin,
bands-
I mean, it depends on where you are too.
Yeah.
Like around here, I'm lucky to have found the people that I'm playing with to be able to pull off such a professional band.
Right.
Because there's not a whole lot of choice. Like if I lived in Detroit or LA or something like that,
LA.
there'd be a shitload of people.
You ever
But,
had tacos in LA?
you'd be arrested in LA, let's face it.
dude, I went with that LA joke. We went out to the Philippines and we stopped in LA and I was there for one night and I'm in the bar in the hotel and I'm texting the band using the LA joke just over and over and over.
LA.
As I sat there and paid $70 for 2 beers and 2 shots.
Oh God.
Fucking Christ's sake.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I complain about it here. Prices right now.
Oh, it's insanity there.
Pine Knob is an LA annex.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Oh, because it was like $20 a beer.
It's 16. Yeah, 16.
Really?
It was
We-
always ridiculous.
We
but
just went and saw a show a couple weekends ago. And really I got the tickets dirt cheap because it was part of that Live Nation like ticket week where they're like $25 a piece out the door, no fees, no anything.
Mm,
So I'm like $50 to see a couple bands I really enjoyed when I was younger. Why not?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
well, we used to pay like $16.50. Go
Yeah.
see like Billy Squire and Rat.
Well, that's what somebody said to me. Shit, it was a couple of years ago. One of my friends bought tickets. We went and saw. It was Stained and Corn and everything else. Great show, amazing show. It was at Pine Knob, and they wanted tickets to. I think it was like the first tour Limp Bizkit was coming around, and I looked, and the cheapest tickets I could find were $375
Wow.
a piece. And I said, "The fuck if I'm paying $375 a piece for
And
tickets?"
they're all like that now.
Yeah.
So I went when I was a freshman in high school, I went and seen Motley Crue, and I have a ticket stub from the Saginaw Civic Center, and it was from Ticketmaster. It was $12.50 with a $1 service fee.
And then Pearl Jam went nuts for the $1
Yeah,
service charge.
Yeah, Pearl Jam lost their shit about $1 service
$1.
charge.
And now tickets are freaking $300 and $400.
Well, that's just like, I mean, the show too the other night, which, you know, I know you guys aren't country people, but George Strait in my mind is a country legend. And he was with Chris Stapleton and I think it was another band. And the cheapest I could find tickets were like $200 a piece. And that was for terrible nosebleed seats. And I've got friends I know that are always crying poor on Facebook. And they post floor seats for George Strait. I'm like, that's a fucking $1,000 a piece. Like,
And they took pictures of them with their iPhone,
yeah.
crying poor.
Those are the people that'll vote for Biden.
You know what part of the exactly you know what part of the issue is why tickets are so expensive. It's not going to be all of the issue, but it's going to definitely be part of it, is because music is free now. People are not selling albums. You can't put an album out as a band like Aerosmith or something like that.
No, it's totally
and
changed.
make
The economics have totally changed.
Yeah.
I totally understand it. So really touring is one of the only recourses they have to make money.
Yep.
I completely understand.
And I'm not going to pay it though. I don't
No.
care if that's your recourse. I'm not paying $300 to see you.
And I get it. And I totally understand. And one of the shifts we've seen is it used to be, and you know, radio and everything else played what they wanted you to hear, what record executives, what companies wanted you to hear. That's no longer the case. If you're talented, you're going to achieve a certain level if you stick with it, obviously, and are persistent and keep going with that talent. You'll be found eventually because there's just so many avenues.
Well, a perfect example is when I came out of the pizza place today and turned my truck on. One of our songs was on the radio.
Yeah.
And when I went to Walmart, an old lady with her pajamas on recognized me
There you go.
from our local venues.
Huh.
So,
Nice.
If you stick with it, you too can be.
So usually the only people that
Somebody.
recognize me are the ones in Walmart that roll around in the carts, and that's only because they want me to reach for something on an upper shelf for them.
Right. Can you get those
They're
Rice
like,
Krispies?
You're that guy from that terrible podcast. Can you reach up through that for me?
I have the security guy follow me constantly.
You're going to steal something?
You're
Yeah,
like, you want an autograph?
he's like, no.
So, motherfucker, review your tapes. I've been in here 400 times, never sold a thing.
Right.
I
For all
almost
those-
walked out with a bunch of stuff one day. I was my mind was elsewhere, and I'm pushing the cart up to the checkout, and I just went out right out the door.
Right. You're like, whoops.
Did you come back?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, got to the car, and I'm looking. Oh, there's no bags on my stuff.
All your shit's
Oh, so
and
you
nobody
did.
chased you.
You had gotten away.
Chased me.
You had gotten away with it.
You had gotten away with it.
I turned around, went back, and paid for it.
Yeah.
They would have
The
reviewed
loss
the
prevention
tapes.
guys watching a tape going, let him go. He's kind of special.
And we see that at the moment. The thing that really burns my hide, though, is one of the things that I've noticed, and I've actually talked to a few people about this. And actually, I'm working on a documentary about it. I'm not, but how they have the self checkouts now. But what they will do is they will monitor you, and if you fail to scan your items and just put them in your bags, they will stop you before you leave the store and charge you with attempted retail fraud.
Okay, I'm gonna go with bullshit because my wife came home the other day from Walmart with a free bag of some shit she forgot to scan, and nobody ever stopped her.
But I'm just saying, so the local Walmart, the one in Sandusky, is doing this over and over again because I see in our district courts all the time attempted retail fraud, 3rd degree. I'm like, there's no such thing as attempted retail fraud if you don't leave the store.
Right.
Well, so
That's my argument.
It's horseshit. I hate that self-checkout bullshit.
But any lawyer worth his salt would blow a hole wide open in this. I feel like
Sure.
be like
these people aren't going to get lawyers for that.
See if you can't keep the entertainment going without me. I know it's rough, but I gotta go get a beer.
But I'm just saying, like, if you don't
Where's
leave
the
the store,
I was gonna take a break here and go get one.
like you can walk around all day long. I feel like
Where's your beer? It's in there too.
like if you're say eating a bag of Oreos or something, you can put it in your cart, the empty wrapper, and in my mind, walk around the store all goddamn day. But when you go to leave, scan that wrapper and you're good to go, I would think.
Yeah.
So I watched a lawyer's wife that I know when they used to stop you every time you go out the door and ask for your receipt.
Mm-hmm.
She's walking out the door. She was obviously in a hurry. Some lady's at the door and says, I need your receipt. I need your receipt. She's like, you don't need my receipt. She's like, are you stopping me because you think I stole something? Are you accusing me of stealing something? No, I just need your receipt. I need to check your bags. She's like, you do not. These are legally my possession now.
Right.
Once the transaction has taken place and they have your money, that is legally your possession. They cannot search your stuff when you walk out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So-
right. And I always tell them, they always say, can I see your receipt? And I always say, no, you can't. Are you accusing me of stealing something? And they have to say no. Well, then I'm leaving.
Right.
Yep.
I say it every time. Every time. I did that once. I had my daughter, Ava, when she was younger, and she was probably like 10. But I did that, and some customer walking by went, oh, nice, asshole, right in front of your kid. What? Taking advantage of the American freedoms?
Right.
Innocent until proven guilty? I didn't do anything. I don't have to show them my receipt.
So here's another tip for you folks out there. And this is a tip I actually heard from a lawyer. If their loss prevention or anything approaches you and wants to see search your bags, or like you said, have anything to do with seeing your receipt or anything, you do not have to provide it to them. And as a matter of fact, if they wanted to that, they have to obtain a warrant to do that.
Exactly.
So you don't have to stop for loss prevention. Loss prevention people can
don't.
tell you to stop all you want. They have no legal jurisdiction to hold you, and they cannot stop you and hold you.
And you know where I've seen this behavior before? My daughter, like I said, Ava is adopted from China. I went to China to adopt her.
Yeah.
And we stayed there for 2.5 weeks. And what I saw in China happening to the public is exactly what's happening here right now.
Right.
People wearing masks because they're afraid of some virus the government told them existed. Everybody at their Walmarts and stores having to be stopped and checked with their receipts on the way out, make sure they didn't steal anything. It's communist behavior.
So here's the thing, and I just want to add this. I have no problems with people wearing masks if it's their choice, but to be mandated to, absolutely. I agree with that.
Yeah.
If you want to, feel free. If you think it's going to do something or help you out, God bless you.
Well, did you notice the United States, nobody wore a mask up until this whole COVID bullshit.
Right.
And now everybody's afraid of getting a virus, which a mask doesn't stop anyway. It's like trying to stop mosquitoes with a chain link fence. It doesn't stop it. So they've made everybody afraid of everything. So they're going to listen to every single thing that CNN and MSNBC puts out. Oh, there's bird flu coming. They're all scared. And they're going to do whatever the hell they tell them to do.
Mhm.
It's fear mongering. That's what it is. It's exactly what they've done in China for years for communism, and they're doing it here now.
Well, we've touched on this, even Adam and I, on the way over here. It's just it's a control thing. It's all about control,
Yep.
and that's what it's leaning more and more to.
That's right.
People are not encouraged to think for themselves anymore. The government wants you to rely upon them for everything.
Yep.
And that's what they're really trending and tracking toward.
They are doing that. I think this
I think they're
calls for us to do a shot.
Hey, don't threaten me with a good time. Sounds good to me. We can do that, and then we'll chat
I've
for a
heard
few
of
more
these
minutes, and then
things.
maybe we'll yeah.
Not the kind of shot that you don't want to take.
No, not. We're not going to do a vaccination.
No. I'm going to
Although
grab
I think
another
this,
beer.
this probably does quite a bit for you for keeping you healthy.
Yeah,
It probably does.
I mean,
That's what I keep telling myself.
You should probably do a beer with a shot if you got an
okay,
extra.
I'll grab. Yeah, I got me a beer. I'll grab you one.
Hopefully, your podcast listeners can hear the ice.
Oh, I think it's coming through.
It's a good thing I canceled my doctor's appointment tomorrow.
Yes, it is.
Here you go.
So I'm assuming we're going to do apple whiskey, right?
That's great with me.
This is Black Velvet Apple. And I'm going to tell your listeners right now, if you like, and my microphone keeps quitting.
Oh, it was a noise canceling for me opening a beer.
Oh, is it?
Yes,
We'll
yep.
stop fucking doing that when I'm drunk. If you like Crown Royal, is it Royal Crown?
It's Crown Royal Apple.
Crown Royal Apple. And I bought that for like a year straight, maybe once a month. I'd buy a fifth of that, and it's just $30.
Yeah.
And now it's more.
It's 40 now, yeah.
If you buy Black Velvet Apple, it literally tastes exactly the same for $12.
Perfect.
Exactly the same.
So, fun fact: that night that you took me on a side-by-side ride and gave me media coaching that first year I was at
When the
Tuscaloosa,
band sucked?
we had Crown Royal Apple. I had a pint of it in the cooler. Do you remember that? And I brought it with
That's
us.
when I was buying the expensive shit.
Yeah.
Before I knew about this one. Yeah, I'd be broke by now if I was buying that shit every friggin' month. or
That's
week or whatever.
that's where I'm at. Just
So
broke.
this is what happened every time Phil was asking this guy a question. He's got the microphone in his hand. He's looking straight at me, and he asks the question, and he just does this. Like, he doesn't look at the guy, just shoves the microphone in his face.
It's true.
The guy's like backing off, like,
Like,
okay.
I think at one point I might have hit him in the side of the face with the microphone.
No. This,
I-
how about
he-
the kiss band?
Yeah.
He never looked at the guy, not one time.
I couldn't look at the guy or broke out laughing.
Well, I was laughing my ass off. I'm sitting there, with the shaky cam going.
We should revisit that video on a podcast and
We should.
do a post-mortem on it and call it. And
Shaky cam?
yeah,
Yep.
that was pre-stroke Adam too, if I recall right.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love the tiki cups.
Yeah, my sister actually got these for me from Jamaica.
Very nice.
Handmade by somebody in Jamaica. And it's cool because like one's a different size than the other. So it's, it's not manufactured. Kind of a cool thing.
Made out of a different
Handmade.
stick.
Yeah. Different sticks, bamboo sticks. Who's got a cool toast?
Terry's got one.
That's right. I don't think I can even tell that like she does.
I don't think so either.
Here's to the three birds or whatever.
Yeah. Let me think.
Well, how about the
here.
one for Tony? Tony says, here's to lobster tail and beer.
Yeah.
My three favorite things.
Cheers. There's a lobster tail in there.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Where else can you listen to a podcast where the members of the team actually sit and get blasted while you're listening to them?
It happens.
See, if you're sitting home with a beer right now or something,
Drink.
just like you're
Yeah.
at the bar.
So that's
Yeah.
so honestly, that is the vision of when we started this, because I pitched it to Adam and I said we originally were going to call it Tavern Talk, but there's a 1,000 podcasts out there called Tavern Talk. Actually, only 433. But so we didn't want to call it Tavern Talk. So we decided on, hastily, we weren't as cool as getting infamous Quick's name.
Comma quick.
Right. Or
So
old guys
we came up
rocking.
with, hey, let's do P&A Podcast Express.
Because it was supposed to be short episodes.
Oh,
It was supposed to be short episodes,
But they're
and it was
longer than hell.
And we're at an hour and 45 minutes right now. So, and it was also supposed to be short lived. And here we go. Like,
We're coming up to our
We should
500.
change the name to P&A Podcast Plus.
P&A
There we go.
Shoot,
It seems like the name P&A Podcast will be hard to sell because it doesn't tell the potential listener anything
No.
about it.
it
Well,
tells nothing.
It's about nothing.
Well, it's the Seinfeld thing. Okay.
And we don't learn. There's no learning, no growth. We're very Larry David when we approach things.
And we're
here,
in
so.
too deep. We're in too deep.
And I see you guys come on. I'll be like watching TV or whatever. I'll see like YouTube and I'll go through and there's Adam and Phil. And I'll listen for like a minute. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah, we don't know either.
Definitely not scripted for sure.
Well, you have to really go through the entire body of work to know anything about what we're talking about,
Right.
which is only 600 hours.
something. Well, I get a lot of the jokes and I get a lot of the stuff, but yeah, I can't listen.
Can you explain? Can you do an episode explaining that to our listeners?
Explaining
so
that?
they think it's funny. That would probably be a great podcast.
It probably would.
So I can say this. I want to apply and I want to contact the Guinness Book of World Records for the most podcast hours as well as episodes without ever having a true real sponsor, because we never have. We've never had anybody. Yeah.
That might be a category.
Also, like without a break, like we've never missed a week of recording.
We're gonna hit 200 consecutive weeks here at the first week in September. I'm very proud of that. Like that's pretty awesome.
Mhm.
We've done it every week, and this crazy asshole's been every one of them. This guy had to have a stroke to get out of 1 week of doing it, but other than that, it's been all us. Like
Only 1 week.
yeah,
that was
That's
that's
pretty
dedication.
commendable. Yeah.
So I feel like
Gotta get back.
I mean, I'd be like, dude, I had a stroke. Fuck that podcast. I'm doing other shit.
so I
the thing is, it's so shitty without me.
It is.
I feel like I'm the insane one here, because why would anybody do this?
I mean, if you got a goal, if you got something in mind that you're working towards,
No, I get asked that. I got asked that all the time. I
or
mean,
you just like people to know what you're doing. In which case, you could just set your phone in front of you all the time, and whatever you say.
so is that why the kids like? Have you seen like I call them kids, but like the 20-somethings do? They will literally FaceTime somebody and keep it going for like 10 hours at a
Oh
time.
my god, my daughter.
Yeah,
Even
though they're not on it,
Phone-
they're not saying anything, but they will
Phone
face
laying in her bed.
and they will
She's
face.
watching TV, and there's a kid on it. And I'm like, who's that?
Yeah,
Kylie.
well, that's how they get together.
What are you doing? We're watching TV. Wait, you're not even talking to her.
see, you understand what I'm talking about? Yeah. So
Has she gotten into Discord yet?
No, thank God.
Wait until that happens.
I hope not.
Well, see, my kids are both in like gaming rooms on Discord, and they just hang out with people and play games.
Yeah, she's not into gaming. So luckily for that. So my 5-year-old Xandria is all day on a tablet. If you let her. What do you want?
So yeah, people always ask me, what is the goal of the podcast? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, and as far as Phil setting a phone in front of him, there's already a lot of episodes out there of people like jerking off on a bidet, so he doesn't need to recreate that.
Yeah, it really doesn't work. I'm trying to find something unique.
Well, tell us what you really mean.
Right.
I've never thought of a bidet sexually. I mean, I've thought of it as cleaning my ass, but
I mean,
There's a power setting on there that really does it for him, I guess.
full disclosure, I've only actually used it a couple times in my house.
I wide open
Like,
irrigation. Cha cha cha.
There's a laser setting that'll take your hemorrhoids off.
right.
Right there.
Zoom.
Wham.
Well, Phil's got an auxiliary pump that came from a sod farm for their irrigation. And when he's on it long enough, you just hear that kick on out in the yard.
Neighbors are trying to do their dishes and the water pressure drops.
Oh,
Everybody-
everybody bidet.
Everybody's in Deckerville's like, why is there a brownout?
Because Phil just had a brownout.
Right.
Dog wants to go in.
Yeah. Phil must eat in Chinese again.
Chinese. Is there no worse food group than Americanized Chinese food?
Oh,
It's all just sugar and MSG.
Michael Schenker Group.
Yeah. Sugar and MSG.
I love going to a Chinese restaurant and having some like lo mein and listening to some Michael Schenker.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, when I was in China, the authentic food there that we had for breakfast, lunch, and dinner was not a whole lot different than going to some of the authentic Chinese restaurants here.
Okay.
It was very similar.
Huh.
So yeah, there's some Americanized versions like your that's that fast food one where you go and stand in line and put your shit on your plate.
Panda Express.
Right. Yeah, that's the Americanized one. But if you go to like there was one in Flint that we used to go to. My mom and dad loved it, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was a Chinese family, multiple generations, and it was the best Chinese food, dude. We loved it.
Nice.
And very similar to what we found in China when we were there.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Well, that's interesting to know. I've never been to China.
Yeah, we were there for a couple of weeks.
Been to Japan, never been to China. Don't think they'd let me in.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, when I was there, we had a Google blog that we were uploading information and pictures to for our families to follow because we were on this trip to go adopt a daughter, right?
Right.
When you get to China, you can't connect to it because of the communist. No, you can't connect to that through our internet and all that shit. So what I did is did a VPN, and back then VPNs were not known like they are now.
Right. Now yeah.
I did a virtual private network to my web server, which was at the Tuscola County Intermediate School District, serving my web servers, and I would VPN to that, bring it up on my screen, open its browser, type all my shit in there, and upload my pictures.
That's awesome.
Bypassing the Chinese communist bullshit that wouldn't let me do my friggin'
I'm
blog.
surprised they let you adopt a daughter after that. They're probably like, oh.
Well, I gave them $5,000, so they had to let me do something.
Oh, they'll take your money. Absolutely.
Yes, they will.
Therein's the crux. They'll take your money.
It's a lot of yen.
A lot of yen. That was worth it. There was nothing greater than seeing that little girl when we first saw her,
Yeah.
comes out, and I got a picture of her like an hour after we first got her, and we're in our room, and I put my headphones on her, and she's listening to Aerosmith. She's going, she's like one,
That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We want to promote Tuscola Palooza one more time and get out of here because we're cresting an hour 52.
Yeah,
53.
it's a pretty standard episode here.
Tuscola Palooza. Play the thing again.
I'm pulling it up right now.
Oh, are you? Okay.
He's
Here, we're going to have the fake Paul Stanley say, Tuscola Palooza.
We can play that over the loudspeakers while we're there. That guy was fake.
It actually sounds like Paul Stanley.
It does. That's what when I pulled that clip out, I'm like, because
you should have seen Adam when we recorded the podcast after that show. He's like, I've got the most beautiful, perfect. Love this drop so much. And he played it. I'm like, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I got to credit my wife with that one because she actually captured that in about 5 seconds before and 5 seconds after on video and sent it to me. And I'm like, oh, that's perfect.
You
I will use that
Send
every
me
year.
that bike because I think I can put it in Mixcraft and do a stem separation and
Clean it
remove
up
the
a little bit.
bullshit and just give you the vocal.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So send me that when you get a chance.
Yes.
Since we're talking about that, I might as well plug my company's DAW, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mixcraft 10. If you're into recording or anything like that, podcasting, vlogging, is there other terms I'm missing? Mixcraft 10 is like it's a DAW. It's a competitor for say like Pro Tools, Reaper, things like that, and much lower cost, and you get a lot more usage out of it, a lot more functionality. So check it out at acoustica.com.
I don't have Mixcraft 10, but I have an older version, and I love it. Even I'm like a monkey trying to fuck a football when it comes to trying to do this stuff. But Adam was able to teach me to edit, and I think I became
Dude, that's funny.
semi-proficient at it. What do you think?
What version you got?
I think 8.
8?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I love it. Adam's like, because the one day I'm like, how the fuck do I use this shit? He's like, dude, you just fucking drag shit and do shit and do that. I'm like, oh, it works like that. And next thing I know, I'm sending him drops. How many drops did I make?
So you made several.
So you're using the library to create things by dragging in existing loops and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not musically inclined. I am not.
Well, you
I
probably,
know, I know what good music sounds like, but I have no idea why it sounds good.
Right.
If that makes any sense to you.
And that makes it easier with the whole loop thing. And Mixcraft comes with like over 8,000 loops. You can drag any of them together and they'll all work together.
Yeah.
Because it beat matches these things together.
It does. It beat matches exactly. And I've noticed that.
it does it really, really well for the most part, because that's where this comes from.
Oh, that's a Mixcraft thing?
It is.
Awesome.
And
I made that before our first episode, sitting in the STD.
Right after we decided on P&A Podcast Express is the name, which I screwed up for the first 10 episodes. I kept saying like P&A Express Podcast. I was like, nope.
You'll get it. You'll get it.
Nope. But as far as my background, like with what I do, like I'm a maestro when it comes to a lot of different computer-aided drafting softwares. And a lot of it translated over to using Mixcraft as far as the intuitiveness and things like that. So I appreciate that. Made it easier for me to understand anyway.
Yeah. When I first signed on with that company, one thing I really liked about it is when you play with Mixcraft the first time, it behaves just like any other Windows software. It's not like Persona Studio One or even Pro Tools, where the functions you want are so hidden under multiple menus. You just don't know where to look for something.
Yep.
Maybe you don't know the name of the function you're looking for. Mixcraft is not like that. They're exactly where you think they'd be. There's the file menu, the edit menu, the view menu, and it's all just like if you use Microsoft Word or something like that, you're going to be already kind of familiar with the way Mixcraft works.
Beautiful. And that's the best. He explained it far better than I did.
And if you just play with it, I hadn't used a whole lot of DAWs before. And if you just play with it, you can actually become fairly proficient with it.
Don't be afraid to play with it. I mean, sometimes if you're cleaning it, it'll just go off.
Never been afraid to play with it.
There you go. So there you
Are we still talking about Mixcraft, or
I think we are, and that's probably should be their that should be their tagline. I've never been afraid to play with it. That's actually brilliant.
I will pass that along to my CEO and see what he
I've
thinks
never
about
been afraid to play with it.
that. I'm sure he'll think it's funny, but
we won't even ask for royalties.
The marketing guy will probably shoot it down.
They have a tendency to do that.
Right.
I've sent that to you already.
All right.
Oh, thanks, brother.
So Tuscola-palooza this Saturday. It's going to be July 20th. Thank you.
At 1 p.m. the gates open. First band at 2 p.m.
And we'll be there.
And we've got it figured out this time. We've had the same sound company for 2 years now, and Kerry Lindbergh from what does he call it? Temporary Kicks.
Yeah.
Phenomenal sound man, phenomenal system. So every band is going to sound great.
Awesome.
Not like a lot of festivals you go to where the first few bands, their sound check material, and then it sounds like shit. It's not going to be the case with this guy. He's an awesome sound man.
It sounded great last year.
I cannot recommend this show enough. I tell everybody that'll listen, come out to Tuscola-palooza. $20. You get 8 bands plus 9 technically. On the side of the Midway, there's food trucks there.
Jason Pizek, yeah.
Yeah. So there's food trucks there. It's an all-day event, but don't feel like you have to be there all day. Show up, leave. You can come back if you tell them at the gate that you're going to be back.
Or you get a wristband.
Yeah, you get a wristband so you can be back, or show up late. I mean, you're never going to find better entertainment for $20. BYOB. Bring your own cooler. Bring a place to sit. Bring a blanket. Bring a tent. No glass bottles, please. Come enjoy the show. That's it.
That's right.
We're even doing a secret giveaway.
A secret giveaway.
How secret is it?
It's so super secret. I don't even know what the fuck it is.
I was guessing it was that secret.
we know what it is. We don't know how exactly we're giving it away yet.
Oh, all right.
So
can't wait for the show.
Well, that's kind of like a vendor booth. And speaking of vendor booths, judging by what we've had in the past and all the forms filled out by potential vendors that we've gotten this year, there's going to be at least 20 vendors there.
Really?
Selling different things.
That's super awesome. So
yeah,
come on out. I mean, you've got something to do. No matter who the hell you are or what the heck you like, you're going to find something to entertain yourself. Even if you just people watch, man, that's all you need sometimes. There's stuff to do. It's a beautiful grounds. The location where it's at, the Cap'n Grounds, they're amazingly beautiful. Gracious host. the best host. Like, it's a marriage made in heaven, I feel like, for this event.
Yeah,
in my
it is.
opinion.
It is. And unfortunately, Wade passed away a few months ago, but he did ask his wife, the board of Tuscola Palooza, and his daughter and her husband, please keep doing this event for charity for the
Child Advocacy
Center.
Yep.
Please don't stop doing it. And it's overwhelming for his wife because he's gone and she's got to take care of this massive property and all that stuff. But I think she's got it pretty figured out now, and she's confident now and back into it.
So come on out and support that great cause. Support all these bands with your cheers and just your fandom. And it's a win-win for everybody. And the Cap'n family, like I said, gracious host. They just faced something they went through, but Wade loved this event so much he wanted it to go on. So if anything, just come on out and check it out. You're going to pay $20 to get in. I guarantee you'll like it. And you know what? I said this even last year. If you pay $20 and you don't enjoy it, I will give you $20 and reimburse you for your ticket.
See Phil at the P&A Podcast Express.
There you go. No one last year took me up on it. So
No, I don't think so. Nobody leaves this event saying, "Man, that kind of sucked."
Yeah.
Nobody does that. It's a great event.
Yeah, for sure. It's always a good time. I mean, even the 1 year that we didn't feel that the headliner pulled their weight, every other band was still phenomenal.
And we give away again this year. We have a kayak and a guitar. Okay. The guitar is signed by all the bands.
Nice.
And we've got pictures and stuff on the website of the people that won the kayak and the guitar last year. It's not a scam. We actually buy a kayak and buy a guitar and give it away. So you could own that if you would just show up at the event. That's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do. Just show up, enjoy, sit back, have some beverages, relax, enjoy the day, enjoy the weather, enjoy the time, enjoy life, man. We're not here for very long, so just do it.
I think we're going to do another shot after we're on our way out here.
Yep, we're on our way
Where's
out.
Your cuppy cup?
I got one right here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Phil thought it was the home game.
So, yeah, I mean, like I said, one of my favorite things to do. I'm glad. And I this is the moment where I'll thank you, Eric, for actually bringing us on board. It's like I said, this will be our 4th year doing it. We've got to know people like Brad here, Tony, who was here earlier, and just a lot of members of all the bands. Mike Abraham, even though he's a crazy asshole, but we love him. And
I believe that's Abraham.
Yes, Abraham. So
how do you spell?
Anyway, cheers, everybody.
That's the Hawk 2 girl.
Cheers. All right. So
here's the Haley Welch.
Yes, we should get out of here for this episode and tune in next time, and we'll have a recap of Tuscola Palooza. I assume, are we going to do our normal interview the bands after they come off stage this year, or try to?
You should.
Okay. If you want us to.
The bands dig it. I mean,
we'll gladly do that. If you want us to, I would love to do that.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk about, I'm sure we'll have some interesting stories because we always do about Tuscola Palooza. And
in fact, I have that microphone that had the OGR thing on it. You guys can have that and use it for your thing where you make you feel much more like an interviewer,
Last year we set up the tables and had them come right there, and it actually worked out.
Awesome. Because you had these. Yeah. Okay.
And we had the video set up for it. So yeah, we'll have it decked out.
All right.
They will feel like rock stars.
We'll do it again.
Even the ones who play country.
There's none of those this year.
Yeah, actually, there's none this year. So we'll set up. We have a 4 microphone set up right now. We'll set up 6. That way we can try to get most of the band members.
Or you're going to need like 15 of them if you're going to interview Reverend White Time. Like horn players.
Oh, I was going to say we don't interview horn players. They are trouble. Half our shit will be
things
gone.
That go. It's got guys playing those.
Oh, so right. I can't wait for that because honestly, confession, I've never ever seen them play. I've been asked to go to their shows before. Never seen those guys play. So
well, the highlight's going to be like 25 minutes of "Do You Wanna?"
Okay,
yeah,
which is cool, because it's a great song. I mean, he wrote a great song there. So yeah, I'll be standing out front listening to that. And he's got horn players on stage and shit, which is really cool. It's unique.
And we'll be there too.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
There we go. Who's gonna be primarily? Is it Mike Abraham going to be emceeing?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, we'll be fighting for mic time and stage time with Mike, so that'll be great. I'm joking. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Oh, we get you up there.
I'll read off the sponsors again. I'm not going to tell any jokes on stage though because they did not go over well.
Well, it'd help if they were funny this time.
Tell some Haley Welch jokes.
Okay, you got it. You got it. All right. In the meantime, Adam, do you want to play us off? There we go. Thanks for tuning into the P&A Podcast Express. He's Adam Filkins. I'm Phil Nickel. Eric, thanks for joining us. Brad, thank you very much. Love you guys very much. Tony, thanks for joining us earlier. Thank you for making us food. You know the way to our hearts and what makes this podcast go. And
well, I love making you food. It's better than making you leave.
And Tuscaloosa this weekend. Be there. I'm not going to say please because you know what? It's on you if you miss it.
It's your loss if you
You're
miss
the
it.
asshole if you don't show up.
If you're in the area and you don't come, it's your loss.
There you go. So from all of us here at the P&A Podcast Express, make good choices.